And now you're learning about it. And now I think people are starting to get somewhat excited about it. And then football season's going to be here in a little over a week, and we get to play a game. And it's just like, will it just get here? Let's go.
You know, one thing that I've thought about over the course of the last couple of months is, you know, we tend to focus, and understandably so, on how expensive it is to be a fan. It is expensive. We've had more examples of that this week. But I'll tell you what it really must be is tiring. It'll just wear you out. I mean, you think about Razorback fans right now. I mean, we got a new coach. We've been down this road before. We got all new coordinators, all new staff, all new people in the building. Been there, done that. We got 3 of every 4 players is new. Been there, done that. And, you know, after a while, it's like, how much can you talk about? I mean, let's at least get to the game so we don't have to think about all this stuff. You know, we've got a distraction from some of the things that, you know, go on, or how much we're paying, or what players are pros and playing college ball at 25. I mean, there's just, you know, when games start, at least you got something to make you think about something else.
Well, you got to have something else to go to.
Well,
otherwise, you're just hanging on to the past.
I know.
You know, this is, you know, like, oh, once again, we've got the toughest schedule.
See, within our football program, we tell them to embrace the hard. I was shared a few weeks ago that ESPN came out and said we had the hardest schedule in college football. Guess what? I put a smile on my face, said, hell yeah, let's go. And that's the mindset, that's the approach that our team is going to take every single time we take the field. You guys are going to see a different program than you've seen in the past.
If I ever, by the way, get to speak at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, I think it'll be the best day of my life. Because it's going to be red carpet. There's going to be drones flying outside. There's going to be a standing ovation for anybody. That's like anybody. And I just have to think that when I leave there, I'm going to feel like I've never felt before. I mean, Silverfield walked into that touchdown club yesterday, and it was as if, I mean, did they walk him in through the kitchen? Did the cooks, like, were they in there? Was everybody?
The video I saw, he came in through the front door.
It was a long walk.
Yeah.
It was a long walk, and they were playing, I don't know, were they playing the fight song?
I think so.
Were they playing the fight song?
I'm not sure.
Could we do that here on the show? Could we enter, like, to fanfare on the show? Like, could we start with the fight song?
Like Dry Ice.
We get cameras
smoke,
out in the
stuff
hallway.
like
We come up the stairs. Could you do that for us, Bart? Just Chuck and I one day. Why don't we do it for you? Let's start with you. Yeah. I want to come out to that.
Yes.
I want to come out to that.
That would be good.
It's like I don't know. It's like you read about like biblical days, like with the like Palm Sunday or something. It's, you know, like walking out through all these. The just glad you're there. The celebration of you. Maybe Hunter should have gone.
Well, you know, this whole deal about, you know, where are you speaking, and I mean, it's just and you know that yesterday when he was there, you know, simmering just beneath the surface was all the conversations that you know were occurring at all the tables about how, you know, Hunter Yurachek opted not to speak to us.
You've talked about this before. And by the way, phone lines are open. Complain about whatever you want to. We got another week and a half until we get to a game, so then you can react to those. But for now, you can just complain about whatever you want to, or you can be excited about something. If you want to get into the Cassano's Pizza hotline, it's open, 877-377-6963. We're open for business.
Which way would you like to go, Bart? Would you like to go happy, positive, or would you like to rip someone?
It's a little early to start ripping people.
That's great. Let's go somewhere else then. Bart, what's the best thing that's happened in the offseason? What is the best thing that's happened in, you know, like the last 6 or 8 months? Razorback athletics.
To Razorback athletics in general?
Yeah, just top of mind. What are the first few things that come to mind?
We got a great look at the Razorback basketball team in the Bahamas.
That was good. Boy, wasn't it?
And they were even missing one of their presumed top players, and were outstanding and fun to watch, and they're going to be awesome this
It is
year.
the darndest thing. I don't hear anything about that reseeding anymore at Bud Walton Arena.
That's true.
I haven't heard
Well,
anybody say anything on the back end
got
of
Baum
that.
Walker Stadium to talk about now.
I think
Yeah, positive. We were speaking positive.
That was neither negative nor positive.
it was
Just
a reference
pointing
point.
Yeah, it was a
It was
reference point.
I think 6 wins in football, and nobody will be talking about the baseball reseed. Not nobody, but it won't be a talking point. It won't be a big topic. I'm not saying there aren't complaints to be had, but it's time, I think, for us to have something good happen in football. And if something good happens in football, it'll be really interesting how it changes the mindset of people. We talked about yesterday, just sort of, and again, this is not criticizing anybody because we get it. The undercurrent of anger and frustration obviously leads to anger. But that frustration is what is just sort of bubbling below the surface. When the schedule, everything that comes out prior to playing a game is hard to be positive about. If you get a coach that you weren't that familiar with, I get it. It's hard to be positive about. You would like to have some splash hire that's the lead on SportsCenter and everybody in the country's bragging about the guy you got, which is sort of like feeling as if you won a game. But that's because that in itself feels like a competition. Now, it doesn't always work like that. People end up with coaches all the time that were a good fit, but they weren't celebrated and they weren't thought of as the splashiest hire. I've heard many people that were upset about them not having a splashy hire that are now fine with the guy they have. But when the schedule comes out, then it's like, oh, we got the toughest schedule again in the country. It's like everything in the offseason feels negative. Surely there's been some positive things that have happened.
There have been positive things that have happened, but I think for the ones who set the narrative, the fans, the people who observe, the people who throw their heart and soul into it, the ones that make an emotional investment and a financial investment, they're ready to see results on the field. That's the only thing that's going to flip the narrative. That is the only thing that's going to flip it. When Arkansas gets to the point where, they're a 6, 7, 8 win team, if that happens, the numbers won't add up to them having the toughest schedule in America every year. When you're among the bottom feeders, you're always going to have the toughest schedule because everybody's better than you. So as Arkansas's win total rises, that'll change. So you got to go win games. That's the trick, and they've not been able to do that consistently.
Everybody got their season tickets. Everybody ready to go. Everybody got the parking pass.
I don't know when those
Everybody
go
ready
out.
to go.
It's got to be
The
soon.
tickets are in your mobile whatever.
Are
but
they?
I don't know if you might have to wait on the parking
I don't know
pass.
how. I have to admit, just total ignorance on that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of go to the broadcast booth and do your thing. Have you gotten butterflies yet? You ready to start calling games?
No, not yet.
So
but
you
it has dawned on me that it is like less than 2 weeks away. I got to flip my body clock. These night games and stuff, I got to flip my body clock.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
What do you do to flip your body
Well, what I'm going to try to do, like over the next 10 days, in all honesty, is stay up later. Because I like to go to bed early, man. I like to go to bed early, get up early.
We're going to have a great time in here.
Yeah, I know. Because, there's all these there's travel and things coming, shows at night, things going on. And
You
I
should
gotta
have
flip
started
my
this
body
during
clock.
training camp. You should have been training with the Hogs.
Well,
you got to
sleeping in the building.
Body clock.
Sleeping in the building.
I got over that some years back.
By the way, I was talking to KJ Jackson about that yesterday. We did a hog pod on him being the starting quarterback, and I asked him about sleeping in the building. And what he said made a lot of sense. He said, you save 30 minutes to an hour, you get an extra sleep. So instead of being at your house and getting ready and then getting over to the facility and making sure you have all your stuff, it's just all there. And I'm like, well, did you guys stay up late, like back when you were kids at youth camp or whatever? And he's like, no, man. Like, we were out at 9:30.
They were tired.
Like, yes.
Tired.
And they just stay there. And you wake up, everything's there, ready to go, grab breakfast, get your shower, get your gear on, and get in meetings. Here we go. It made a lot of sense.
It'd be great to be a kid again, wouldn't it? Just great to be a kid.
That's the moral of the story.
That's just like that sounds pretty good.
Would you guys sleep here if you had a really solid NIL deal and we went through like the Chuck
I
and
was
Boat
21.
boot camp.
I was 21.
Well, even now, what about now? What if we get you a really, really good NIL
Probably
deal?
not. I don't know.
But you got to sleep in here for a week.
Oh, just a week?
Oh yeah,
I can
I'm
do
in.
that.
Yeah, or, training camps
I
on 2
can
weeks.
do
Well,
that.
a lot of those guys did it for like a week. But would you do it for a week? Would you guys just stay here? Like, you rarely leave the building. You might go out to grab, a bite and come right
For a
back.
really good NIL deal,
Yeah.
sure.
It'd have to be really good.
We should do.
I'm not going to lie to you. It sounds easy, but then, you can't leave the building. You're stuck. You can't, go running around. I mean,
What would you do for $600,000?
quite a bit.
I've lived here for a year.
Quite a bit.
You might want to let your family know. Edward's like, listen, I'm going to be gone for a year,
They would be
but
happy.
it'll be really good for the family.
That's right.
Long term,
When I come home,
Hannah, if you
We
can
will
just
be
get
debt-free.
through it, it'll be really good for the family.
You can have anything you want.
I want to see Bart after 7 days of being in this building and sleeping here at night.
he'd be cranky.
Bart
would be cranky.
We would turn the mics on and say, Bart, good morning.
The amount of
Just sit back and watch.
the amount of time I've spent in this building over the last 15 years.
You
or
know
so.
your way around in the dark already, don't you?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's right.
It wouldn't be a thing.
I'm sure that's true. Oh, we've got statements from the SEC.
I saw that.
We've got I see another judge is in the headlines. Apparently, Ole Miss had their building swept by the FBI after Lane Kiffin left.
That's huge.
All the things to get. And Ryan Silverfield's comments from the Touchdown Club is just where we'll all get started today. We're glad you're here. 877-377-6963 if you want to hop on the Chuck and Bo Show. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. First Security Bank's a great partner. They're a great partner of Varsity Vibe, helping promote high school sports, and they're always helping in your communities. They've got the Flex cards now. You can get a debit card with your favorite team on it, your favorite high school team. Maybe it's an alum situation for you. Maybe it's for your kids. The Flex banking option allows you to get your kids their own debit card, and you can put as much money into that debit account as you want or take out. You monitor it, but they have what they need if they're on some sort of allowance or on a trip or whatever. Check out the Flex banking options and all the other ones that First Security offers. FSbank.com. You can check them out online. First Security Bank, member FDIC, 616 on a Tuesday. Good morning. If you need an emergency contact, just write the Chuck and Bo Show. We'll be your emergency contact.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Still searching for the perfect summer getaway? Mountain Home Arkansas might just be your answer. Wake up in the Ozark Hills. Hit the White River at sunrise. World-class fishing, hiking, trails, kayaking, and when the sun goes down, it's the kind of quiet you forgot existed. 2 lakes, 1 great town. All right here in the Arkansas Ozarks. Check it out at enjoymountainhome.com. Mountain Home Arkansas, where the outdoors is a way of life.
Hey, when it comes to pizza, nobody does it like Gusano's. Chicago style since 2004. Don't miss happy hour, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. You can get $1 off drafts, wells, and house wine. Plus, their happiest hour from 5 to 6 features $1.50 domestic drafts. And exciting news, a second Fayetteville location is coming in late August, right on the corner of Joyce and College. Gusano's Pizza in Northwest Arkansas, Fort Smith, Texarkana, and Joplin. Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey starts with 100% local Idaho barley, distilled through Scottish copper pot stills, and aged in Idaho's mountain climate, where the elevation and temperature swings create a depth of flavor you won't find anywhere else. Now Arkansas owned, Warfield is crafting something genuinely different. American Single Malt with real roots and real craft behind it. Find it at select spirits retailers nationwide or visit drinkwarfield.com. For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Just so you know, and we've talked about this from day one on the show, nobody's safe in here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to jamesboyett.com.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate for complexity you can taste. A spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yingling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yingling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly. Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I'll tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show you. The best sports show in the state is, no doubt, the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Feels a little better out there, 73 degrees right now in Fayetteville. It was better yesterday.
It was nice last night.
It was nice
It was
last
kind of
night.
a
I sat outside.
mild
It was
evening.
very nice. Felt good. Felt good over the weekend, early in the morning, too. And, fall is going to be here at some point. Winter will be here at some point. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric, they've been around for over 50 years, and they're going to be here, too. Giving you peace of mind, whether it's the middle of the summer, whether it's a hot August afternoon like we're experiencing right now, or whether it's the dead of winter. You're always going to have peace of mind with Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric. And right now, everything is more expensive, but replacing your AC does not have to be. If you need to replace your air conditioner, before you commit, price check with Paschal. Save money and use their pros to replace your system. The peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com.
I just saw Josh Pate put out his prediction on Arkansas, and it was a little grim. It was 3-9. Bart's hovered around that number. Has anything changed for you, Bart, after just hearing from Silverfield throughout camp, getting the reports that we've gotten, talking to players and coaches? Anything changed for you? Do you see more lights?
I certainly think this is going to be a competitive team, right? Like I don't see this being a team that's going to have done to them what Notre Dame did to them last year.
Okay.
For example, I don't think like that type of total lack of effort. Defensively is not something we're going to see this year.
This is not fight zone stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
but it's better.
I mean,
It's been that way for 2 years. I wonder if we'll ever get it fixed.
I don't know.
What do we?
well,
I just hit it.
To fix it, I've got to buy a whole new mic arm because
fine.
the cable runs through the. I'll buy a new mic
a
arm.
cable runs through it. A river.
Yeah.
Or I can just take the one from Edwards.
Don't be taking my money.
Just quick
As
team
long,
meeting.
Bart, as long as yours works fine and Edwards works fine and Bo's works fine. That's what matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Don't worry
That's all
about
that matters.
Everybody knows who the voice of the
That's
Razorbacks
right.
is. His
That's
wife
all
can
that
come and
matters.
go. It's
Just,
okay.
you know,
He's still the voice
he's
of the
fine
Razorbacks.
with whatever.
He's
Just
still-
Chuck doesn't care.
He's still a Hall of Famer. By the way, just quick team meeting. Two things on the agenda. It'll save us for later in the week if we don't mind. We come back to this.
Yeah,
Two
I was
quick.
trying to be
Let's
positive.
get Chuck a new mic arm.
I'm joking.
Let's get Chuck a new mic arm, and let's make it mandatory that Edward is consistent about his camera.
Nobody wants to see that.
It does. You're not involved with the decision. You're
said
just
it was a
involved
team
with the
meeting.
execution. No, this is
I'm
a
often
team meeting where
I'm
you're
often
involved with
kicked
the
down at things like
execution.
this. Yeah.
Well, there's a reason. You just proved why. You got 4 guys on a TV show that's also a radio show, and 3 guys you can see and 1 guy you can't. Doesn't work. You're Edward. People know who you are.
I don't know if that's true.
You have to embrace the camera. I mean, you do.
Physically?
No, I mean you. I mean,
Yeah, I need to spend some
I mean,
time with
if
it.
That's
you
what you need
want,
to do.
I mean, if you want, you
That's what you
probably
need to
wouldn't
do.
be the first.
In other words,
or
the
last.
COO is saying the same thing the CEO was saying. Like everybody in management agrees.
So who's going to put me on screen like when I talk?
You run the buttons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
You.
You don't get to hide behind the microphone.
I'll
man. You got
pause.
to put yourself out there just like everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, by the way, when you're clipping those social clips, every once in a while put you in there.
Yeah. So people will
But you
go,
said
well,
something."
that guy's an idiot too.
You're all in. This is all in, man. I don't know if hey, how you do anything is how you do everything. Ryan Silverfield.
If you hit the
Get
snooze
in.
button, you're a loser.
Yeah, Edward.
Oh, that's rich coming from you, Bart.
I
You
was,
say
I was
tell
being
me.
I was speaking facetiously. I hate that.
I know you hate that.
I hate that mindset.
I know
That's-
you hate that, but if you'd ever had a teenage kid, you would understand what he was saying. He's not speaking to adults who get up on time. Like you setting your snooze and having it go again and whatever, you get up on time.
Is that what you said when your kids were that age? All right, you're a loser. If you hit that snooze button, you're a loser. Is that what you did?
I said it a little differently. But yeah, I mean, it's the whole point is about getting up on time and not allowing being tired keeping you from getting up, which every teenager and some adults still have to learn. But like you don't have he's not talking to you. Like you get up on time. And how you choose to do that, if you set an alarm in the middle of the night and go back to sleep for 2 hours, if that's what works for you, that's fine.
Not what I do.
But kids
Just to
don't do
clarify.
that. You know what I mean? That's I don't know if you probably realize. I mean, you were in college at one point.
I was,
You
yes.
probably needed to hear that, or at least a lot of your friends did at that point.
I did have one of my best friends completely miss an exam one time because he
And what did you
Slept
say?
through it.
You said, "What a loser,"
I missed an exam one time because I just didn't go.
didn't. No, I didn't.
because I made a personal choice.
Yeah,
I
a personal
didn't.
choice not to go.
It was more just it was more a lot of
wide
laughing.
awake.
It was more a lot of laughing.
Yeah.
A lot of laughter.
At him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is another way of calling you a
we-
loser.
No.
Bart, you throw the
No.
word loser around liberally.
At people who are actually
Cavalierly.
losers.
Yeah. Well, there's
At people
evidently
who
a
are
lot of
actually-
losers in the world.
Actually losers. Not people who use their
so-
snooze button.
You're so judgmental, though. So if somebody who thinks
I don't know that
hitting
I
the
am
snooze button is
judgmental.
when you call, okay,
I mean, you call a spade, that's not really being judgmental.
Telling it.
called everyone in college
right.
athletics a
That's-
loser.
that's right.
No, that's not true.
All the people
Just
that are
the
in any
people in-
sort of authority.
Why is
Well,
the SEC not taking care of this pros back to college thing? Why are they not taking care of this, Bart?
Well, they need to.
Are they losers?
They issued this statement. Well, if they continue to allow and permit it to happen, then
How are they gonna stop
then they
it?
would be talking out of both sides of their mouth, and yes, that would make them losers. Yes,
Would now be a good time to get back to the Razorbacks?
I was
How
trying
the
to be
season's
positive
gonna go.
about the Razorbacks.
We have interrupted the
trying.
previously scheduled topic for a team meeting. We're back to the previously scheduled topic. Bart, how's it gonna go? I heard some bubbling just maybe simmering excitement.
Well, no, I don't know that I would go that far. I think that I'm just factually, I think what I was saying before we had our team meeting there is that I think you're going to see a lot more effort from this team, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I thought last year's defense was frankly pathetic. In terms of the effort and the execution, they were really bad. One of the worst Razorback defenses, certainly since they've joined the SEC. That's not what Razorback football was about. I think you're going to see a team that fights, a team that plays hard, a team that works hard, and a team that has some moments that make you kind of see where things are going. I don't know that they have the personnel to win a ton of games. I don't know that they don't, but I don't know that they do have the personnel to win a bunch of games. But I think they're going to be competitive, and I think they're going to come to the a lot of fourth quarters in the game and have chances to win.
I mean, let's go.
Hey.
Let's go. So what do you got, like 4?
Gone from 3 to 4, Bart?
Competitive fourth quarter. What do we have?
Look,
Holy cow.
I think there are certainly winnable games on the schedule, right? In my mind, Tennessee at home, maybe Vandy and Nashville even. Certainly Missouri at home.
Up to 3.
Auburn, South Carolina. Those are games that Arkansas I think can win.
Yeah.
Now I don't think they're going to win all of those games.
Oh, come on.
But look, I'm just telling you, this is going to be a team that is much more enjoyable to watch than last year. And you got to start somewhere, and that's a good start. That's not necessarily going to equate to a lot more wins, but it's the start of
Just
building something.
Let your heart go. Just
the
let
start
it
of
go.
building
You don't have to
Just let it
qualify
go.
everything.
Yeah, no more qualifying. Why? I mean, just let it go. Let your heart go. I mean, you said that you didn't know if they had the personnel, but you don't know if they don't. Well, just go with.
Just say, I don't know.
Maybe they do. Just let your heart go. Can we get some like Celine Dion or something for Bart? Would you mind? By the way, Chuck and I were
Edward
talking
gives
about
the
it.
head nod over there. Yeah. I got
Is
it.
he? Are you on camera?
No, he's not on camera.
Can that be fixed like immediately?
Yeah, I can work on it. I'm moving pretty slow today.
What's going on?
I got a really bad back. I got my heating pad on over here.
What's going on?
I hurt it. I hurt my back.
What did you do?
During
I
a
noticed
workout.
you're
during a
sitting
workout.
down.
Trying to be an
I'm
athlete?
pretty short over here. No, I'm just trying to
You're like
stay
sitting
healthy.
back.
Yeah, I hurt my back really.
What were you doing? Were you deadlifting?
No, I was doing some like medicine ball throws. Big medicine ball,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
like wall tosses.
yeah. What, was that a class?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's how to get you.
This
man.
was like a week and a half.
That's
ago.
why Chuck
I
doesn't
woke
do
up
the
this
classes.
morning and it's like worse than the day I heard it, like 10 days ago.
You heard it 10
Serves
days
you
ago,
right,
and it's
man.
worse. 6:32. Good morning, Chuck and Bo.
As I've told you, I am a student of pop culture.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. There's no better place to watch a game than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, catch all the summer sports action while you cool off with mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus burgers, ice-cold draft beers, and cocktails made for hot days. Incredible food, outstanding service, and a game day atmosphere that never takes a season off. Visit one of the 5 locations across Arkansas today, including Rogers and Fayetteville. Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Hey guys, you're having a great show today.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Enjoy Oaklawn's 24/7 smoke-free casino featuring over 1,500 slots and live table games from blackjack to roulette, craps, baccarat, and much more. Voted best casino by 2026 Arkansas Times Readers Poll. And enjoy headliner entertainment at the Oaklawn Event Center. Log on to oaklawn.com and get all the details. And the Oaklawn Resort Pool is open all summer. Access granted to hotel and spa guests. Come join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Here's Macadoodle's owner, Roger Gildehouse, on what he learned from Sam Walton.
I took my Walmart experience, and Sam always talked about, if you're going to get in business, you need to be better than the competition. Always be very price competitive, which we have been for 29 years. And the third thing, and most important thing, is have a customer service program that is beyond what the customers expect to get.
Visit Macadoodle's just north of the state line in Pineville or at Guess Who in Bentonville.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I think you will see this team this year play hard, play smart, give themselves a chance to win. I'm not naive, and I don't think there's going to be, they're not going to run the table, and there's probably going to be a game or two in there you lose, you think you ought to win, and hopefully there's some games in there that nobody thinks you're going to win now that you find a way to win. But my sense, from being around these guys, just the minimal amount of time that they've been here and the minimal amount of time I've been around them, we're going to know this team's been coached. I expect to see the turnovers reduced, and I expect to see the penalties go down. And I don't think the secondary is going to get beat quite as bad as maybe the secondary got beat last year. Some of that's contingent upon putting pressure on the quarterback. So I think those areas, even though none of them are like, maybe by themselves aren't enough to, change their fortunes, if all three of those things happen, I do think they're going to be better.
That's what you want in year one of a new regime. You want to feel like that you have taken a step to change things and to fix things and to be competitive in a way that you weren't previously. To me, that's the whole reason you make a change.
Last year was just like so bad.
For so long.
And it went from bad to worse. I mean, and by the end of it, nobody was a hold of the rope.
It was over by like 4 games, 5 games into the season.
Well, when they lost at Memphis, it was over. And in retrospect. But one thing I do not think you'll see this year, I don't think you'll see this team, as the old saying goes, let go of the rope, which did happen last year. And that I don't think will happen this season. I will be very surprised if that happens. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search The Chuck and Bo Show. I can't help myself, Edward. I can't help myself, all right? You want me to say it? I can't help myself around those breakfast cakes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
And they haven't come back since.
I've got about 3-4 pounds that kind of float. Everybody's got 3-4 pounds.
Floating pounds.
Yeah, floating.
Kind of in and out.
Floated down since Edward didn't bring
I'm
those
gonna
things.
be
They floated
going.
up that week, and they floated down
Well,
since.
I'm going that way today.
You get yourself all you want.
You on
Should
camera?
I bring some in?
Probably not.
Huh?
Are you
Probably
on camera
not.
yet?
I don't know.
Get it done.
All right.
You know,
He's standing up
we're
right now.
standing
We
up
would
now.
see his torso.
If you got a,
And
if
that
you
would
got a
be-
You want to see
remedy,
a torso shot?
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
If you got a remedy for Edwards' back, he hurt himself working out some 10 days ago, and then suddenly it flared up again last night.
Slept wrong.
This is what happens when you get into your late
ever been.
20s.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, he's 20. What are you, 28 now?
Yeah, 20.
How you hanging on?
Big 2'8".
How you hanging on?
It hurts, man.
Oh,
Jeez.
oh, the agony.
Golly. Brent's in Searcy. Brent, good morning.
I got a remedy for Edward on his back.
What would that
Lay it
be?
on me, Brent.
What would that be, Brent?
Don't work out.
There we
That's
go.
how I heard it.
He said don't.
No, he said,
Oh.
You freaking yelled at him.
Edward.
Don't work out. I'm gonna get fat.
You screamed at him.
Edward, you're 28 years old. If you can't work off your flab by just walking around and doing what young dads do, you don't need to be working out. I mean, a young one keeps you busy enough, right?
Well, yeah, but
It's mental.
striving
Brent.
for greatness,
It's
Brent.
mental. It's mental. It's mental.
Hey, I achieve greatness every day, and I don't work out.
That is a drop that's
That is,
going in the Chuck and
yeah,
Bo show.
yeah, it is.
Say it one more time like you mean it, Brent.
I achieve greatness every day, and I don't work out.
One more time.
Play the fight song.
Play the whistle one more time.
Play the fight song.
I achieve greatness every day, and I don't work out.
God bless America.
Brent, have you been able to speak to the team? Has Silverfield invited you in to speak to the team with that message?
He has not yet, but I was at the touchdown club yesterday, and
How
he
was
rocked
it? How was it yesterday, Brent? Give us a report.
It was outstanding. It was packed. I wouldn't have been able to find a seat if I didn't have my wheelchair. You know what I mean? Thank goodness for being on four wheels.
Well, that is, yeah. So was he good? I mean, like, did he give an inspiring speech? Did everyone clap and go crazy?
You know they did, Chuck, because he's got that aura about him. He's got that aura that he loves the Razorbacks, that he loves the state, and everybody there felt it, Chuck.
Well, good.
Yeah, what were people saying? Brent, we know what you do. You get around the crowd. You go amongst the people. You get reactions. What were they saying afterwards?
Because Bo, I am a man of the people.
Oh, of course you are. So what'd they say?
We are fired up for this season. Everybody at the touchdown club has a hold to the rope. I mean, we've got a good firm grip of the rope now this year. We've got a good firm grip, and we're not letting go.
Brent, what's your win total for the Razorbacks this year?
My win total.
Yes, sir.
If you win, I'm going to go out on a limb and say 6.
There it is. There you go. Let's go.
Let's go.
I love it. That's fantastic.
Can we not go to the
Bo.
Liberty Bowl if they win 6?
Can we not? Can we go to another bowl? I don't know. It'll be a homecoming
Is
for
this a Vegas
Memphis.
Bowl year, Bart? Is this a Vegas Bowl? Did we ever decide
Yes.
that? It is
Yes,
a Vegas Bowl
Vegas
year.
Bowl year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Bo, I got a question, and I don't know what to do about it, Bo, because I've got these T-shirts I want to give you, Bart, Edward, and everybody that's on your show. But Bo, I don't have one that won't fit you other than a dress. But that's the only way it fits you, Bo.
Oh my gosh.
You mean it
I
would look
don't-
like a dress on Bo? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And Bo doesn't need to be wearing something like he's looking like a dress. You know what I mean?
What's wrong with that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, let's not get into that. But where we live, I mean, it's.
Have you?
It's not as.
Do we have a new
That is
T-shirt
pretty smart.
style, Brent, for your podcast? Do we have a new T-shirt style, or is it just like the old ones?
No. I'm gonna let you wonder, Chuck.
Okay.
And then one day I'm gonna pull up
All right.
at the
So
at Acorn and give you new T-shirts.
Okay.
Brent, are you watching the show? Do you have it on YouTube right now?
No, sir, I don't,
Okay.
because I am.
Well, let me show everybody the other.
If you will log on, Brent, and watch the show, your shirt is on the cutout of Bart.
And hat.
And your hat. In fact, Bo's moving it right now as we speak.
Oh.
Take a look at that, Brent. Take a look at that. Go log on and take a look at that.
Let me get to it right now. How about that, Chuck Bear? Right now.
All right, Brent. There's the shirt. That's so good.
It's a nice torso shot.
That is a good shot. I don't know if Brent's on yet, but Brent, take a look at that. Log on when we're done.
Why don't you
and
just
take
put
a look
Bart
at it.
like in the corner behind you, Bo?
I will.
All right.
Hey, Bart.
Just let him linger there.
You know.
Be careful.
You and me are really good because the Lobo experience is gonna run wild this year.
He's talking to you, Bart. Fellow Lobo fan.
I concur.
Do you have a watch?
The
club?
Lobo experience is going to run wild, and Oklahoma, you better get ready on September, whatever weekend that is. They better be ready to go.
You better get ready.
John Mateer doesn't need to play. I mean, he's going to play good for them to beat New Mexico now.
September 19th.
Yeah. That's going to be a big week.
When's that guy getting a major head coaching job?
After this year.
New Mexico's coach.
Yeah.
Who is that guy?
Jason Eck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wisconsin guy.
I've heard the name.
He was at Idaho previously. Resurrected that program in the wake of Paul Petrino.
At the Kibbie Dome?
Damage. Yeah, at the
Kibbie
Kibbie
Dome. They were packed out at the Kibbie Dome.
Yeah, and
took
him to the playoffs, the FCS playoffs, and then did what he did last year at New Mexico. If he does something like that again this year, yeah, he's going to get a look at bigger jobs.
He's going to take Luke Fickell's job at Wisconsin.
He's going to go back.
Maybe because he's a graduate and an offensive lineman from Wisconsin. He was a walk-on there, and made it into a player.
Know your Lobos.
Know your Lobos.
I'll take
New Mexico Lobos for $400, Bo.
Yeah, there you go. Do you know the greatest player ever to play at the University of New Mexico?
The guy that created Beavis and Butthead. What's his name again?
Mike Judge?
No.
It's NFL Hall of
How
Famer
about-
Brian Urlacher.
Yeah. How about the second best? How about
Who is it,
former
Brent?
Cowboy Don Perkins, running back in
Don
the 60s?
Perkins is a pretty good
How
player.
about the third best?
Give us your top five, Brent, in order.
Okay,
my
two more.
Top five Lobos in order.
Preston Denard played for the Rams.
I'll take your word.
Robin Cole played for the Steelers, linebacker.
Okay.
I remember him.
How many more I got?
3.
One that any of the of us recognize.
Any player we've heard of.
Any
player we've heard of. Pick one.
Any player I don't know because I don't believe
Brian
y'all
Urlacher
ever followed the Lobos.
Was Mike Washington
Brian
at
Urlacher.
New Mexico State?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an Ag.
How about Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt? You ever heard of him?
Have
He was
not,
a
no.
Washington running back this year.
All right, Brent.
How about Hank
Turn the
Baskin?
radio up now. He's got the YouTube on.
How about Hank Baskin? He played at New Mexico.
Did he?
Okay.
Was he the one that was married to Hope Solo? Is that who that guy?
No.
A different guy?
Hank Baskin was married to one of the
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Playboy Bunnies, I believe, at one point.
Well, we've really
Just in time for the break. 6:48, Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. I don't mean to sound like a moron, but I can't help myself sometimes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com. Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSbank.com, member FDIC.
Well, you know, I've got a lot more rhythm than people realize.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
High school athletics at its best. If you aren't following Varsity Vibe, what are you waiting for? We're your go-to source for the latest information on what's happening around the state and showcasing the players and teams that bring the action to life. Sure, we've got your highlight scores and all-access interviews, but we're also keeping you up to date with our newsletter twice a week and our weekly podcast. Subscribe now at varsityvibearkansas.com. Follow us on Instagram, X, Facebook, and TikTok, and make sure you're in the know. Varsity Vibe Arkansas. We've got it covered.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today. Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Bart's over there fact-checking. Kind of ruined.
Just ruined the whole day for me. Has everything I've said on this show been fact-checked?
This would not have happened. This would not have happened.
Have you gone home and fact-checked everything I've said?
No.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What a call from Brent.
That was a dandy.
What do we have today?
Who's the dress thing?
Today is August 25th. It is Tuesday. We are going to have, I don't know, it's been cooling off in the evenings.
The last couple of mornings have felt
nice.
Much better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's so dry where we live that it feels like fall because a bunch of leaves have fallen off the tree because
they're dead.
It's so dry.
Yeah.
Trees everywhere.
Yeah.
So you see leaves around, and then you get an evening that's, a breeze is blowing, and it kind of feels like fall's here.
We need a day of just steady rain. Just all day.
All
for
day.
one day.
Have you ordered that up?
No, I have not.
Have you called for that?
No.
Sunny with highs in the low 90s today. Today is Billy Ray Cyrus's birthday.
Billy Ray.
Happy birthday to Billy Ray Cyrus.
Hope you fix that achy breaky heart.
Father of Miley.
Don't tell my heart.
The man
my
who gave us
achy, breaky
Miley.
heart.
Also, happy birthday, Sean Connery. I feel
Can we
that
get
needs
an
to be
age for
pointed
Billy
out.
Ray Cyrus, please? How
Yeah.
old is Billy Ray Cyrus?
How old do you think he is?
I think Billy Ray Cyrus is in his 60s.
Early 60s. 62.
63.
Right in the middle, 65.
Huh.
65 today.
Now, is he still Jane Seymour? Isn't that who he's? I mean, that's an odd pairing. But I think they're an
No, I don't believe so.
How's Miley Cyrus? How's she doing? I haven't heard Miley Cyrus's name in a while.
She's doing fine.
Is she still out there singing?
Yeah, doing her thing.
Is she touring?
I don't know that she's touring.
No.
No, not at the moment.
She's not doing stadium concerts at the moment?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right,
Happy to be
6:55.
serviced.
We're glad you're here. We got a big show. I mean, it's just going to be big. You got to stick around to find out why. Chuck and Bo.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal Price Check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. This football season, it's time to tailgate like you mean it. The 1910 Club is Fayetteville's premier game day destination, just steps from Razorback Stadium, and it's got everything you need already waiting for you. Wi-Fi, power, and real bathrooms, plus a crew that runs the show so you can just show up and have a good time. Get a full season spot or pick the individual games you want. Log on at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I don't know if anybody else is having fun, but this is a blast for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question, the work that they're able to do with them in the sun. It used to be you couldn't stand on a hill a mile away and watch them practice if you're a coach. And now you get like 2 hours a week on-field work, which I think they broke up into like 14 OTAs over the summer. And you get 2 hours of film study with them, in addition to, the time that the strength staff gets to spend with them. So you do have a lot of carryover from spring, summer, and into fall camp. And so, yeah, it does feel like they hit the ground running. I have to be careful sometimes, guys, because when I say, I think they'll be good at this spot. I think they'll be good here. Sometimes when I say that, I just mean I think they'll be average. I love football, and I get excited like anybody else. I mean, I'm probably, depending on how things go, going to be somewhere around 4 wins, give or take. Maybe I go up to 5 if I really like what I see. Maybe I drop it down to 3. But when I say stuff like, I always have to be careful with that because I get excited. But when I say something's going to be good, sometimes I just mean they're going to be average. And I think that they have a roster that is good enough. If they can do those things, penalties, turnovers, special teams, if they can do those things and they have a quarterback that is at least competent, that doesn't just kill them, that they could get to a bowl game. People look at the schedule and say, well, this is the most brutal thing ever, and there's no way that they're going to be. Teams do that kind of stuff. There's things that happen. You look at a team that is what they are right now, what they're projected. You don't know what's going to happen to Auburn. You seen the slate Auburn has before they play Arkansas. Who knows? Shane Beamer could be on the hottest of hot seats. He could be out of there by the time Arkansas plays them, and that's in Fayetteville. There are things that could unfold throughout the course of the season that you just don't expect.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Man, when I got home from work, you wouldn't believe it. My wife said, I heard you call the show this morning. So whoever that is, I imagine it's a co-worker of hers. If you happen to be listening right now, let's just keep this between us,
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking. You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
He's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hawk fan, be a Hawk fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
7:02. Good morning, Chuck and Bo on a Tuesday. I mean, the day's like yesterday. It was Monday all day. By the end of the day, I wasn't sure it was still Monday, but it was. It was
going to
Monday,
be Tuesday all day today, too.
Ryan Silverfield spoke at the Little Rock Touchdown Club yesterday. Right out of the gate, they asked him about being doubted.
And we've never really cared about what anybody thinks about us. I answered that question. Someone said, what do you feel about people that doubt you? I've been doubted my whole life. And I think, right, we don't need it as motivation. Our players don't need to be told, hey, people are doubting you. You've got a tough schedule. You're not going to be very successful. Well, great. We all have a chip on our shoulder. I talked about this earlier on the radio as a bunch of hungry dudes, a bunch of people that love football. They're going out there to work. But the reality is we don't care what anybody says. The only opinions that matter are the ones in the team room. Now, we love our fans, and we're going to do everything in our power day in and day out to represent you guys the right way. But we put our blinders on. And I actually heard Coach Nutt tell Darren McFadden this. He said the only people that matter are the people within these four walls. And that's so true. So every single day we go to take the field, I'm not there sitting there worried about the toughest schedule. We're worried about one day at a time improvement, being the best versions of ourselves. And if we do that, and all 200 people in our program, all 120 players, it'll be a special, special year.
You ever take a moment and think about what it's like being the guy that came into this job, given all the circumstances around it, what happened before, the sort of outcry about his hiring from some people of they wanted a splashier hire or whatever. I mean, just for a second, think about what that's like. And not one time have you ever felt anything from him other than he listened to what everybody said when he first got the job, learned as much as he could about it, took in the previous criticism, and just went to work. From former players not feeling connected to the team to in-state guys that are important to going out and fundraising on his own. What are the other things I'm missing that maybe he was told when he got here? But he just sort of addressed all the issues and just went to work.
Well, that's really all you can do. And what he said about inside the four walls, that's so true. And it doesn't mean that you don't care what your fans think. It doesn't mean that you don't want to please them. It doesn't mean that you don't want everyone to be happy with your performance. But when it's all said and done, it's only the people inside those four walls that are going to hit the field and actually play the game. So what they think is really, in the final analysis, all that matters. And that's all you can do. When you go, and in our case, it's us. But there are other programs like this, too, that have not had much success of late. A lot of their success came, 15, 20, 30 years ago before that. There's not a lot to draw on, in the immediate past. So you've just got to come in and kind of chart your own course with the full knowledge that your fan base has heard it all before. And so you just got to keep your head down and keep doing it. And as we've said, and others have said, he's made all the right moves so far. But, you got to go out and coach and play and win games.
It's crazy, really, to think about last year and how sloppy it got. I just didn't, like you think about, and I get the interim thing and all that, but Pittman's a football guy. Petrino's a football guy. But I don't think of, sloppiness when I think of football guys, like, that have been in it for as long as they have. And for whatever reason, it just was. And if they fix that, one of the things KJ Jackson said yesterday, he said, I asked him if last year was really hard. And he said the reason it was really hard is because we knew we should be winning some of these games that we were losing. And it was all these little things. And when Silverfield came in and started preaching all these little things, it was really easy for us to understand that all those little things can get you beat.
Yeah. I've got to be honest. The last couple of years, I have been just stunned at the lack of discipline and the continual failures on offense. Because all the characteristics Arkansas displayed offensively the last couple of years, none of those were the characteristics when Petrino was here before. And look, Sam Pittman gave Bobby Petrino total control of that offense. It's not as though he was overruled. It's not as though Sam was looking over his shoulder. It was Petrino's deal. And there were turnovers and penalties and all these things that did not happen the first go-round with him.
Breakdowns in protection.
Yeah, I mean, it was just it was like you say, you just looked at it and it was almost unbelievable. Now, I will say this about last year, and we can go back, and it was really pointless to go back and look at it, and I admit that. But, you had the September season. Sam Pittman was fired before September was over. And then you had still October and November to get through. And, one of the real popular coaches on the staff was fired by the interim coach. There aren't many instances where an interim coach is given the privilege of firing people. I mean, think about that. That happened here. I view everything that happened as after September as just that's what happens when you fire a coach during the season, and there's no reason to think that we're immune from that. It was an absolute, unmitigated unraveling of a football team after Pittman's dismissal. But that happens when you have an in-season dismissal. That's why you don't do it unless your hands are just completely tied. So I view this as a start from almost 2 years ago. 3 years ago. I think the penalties and the turnovers the last couple of years are just that's an example of what happens when you unravel. And Arkansas unraveled on offense repeatedly the last couple of years. And that's got to change. And it sounds like it is changing. Maybe, to say it has changed as though it's final, I don't know about that, but it sounds like it's changing.
Well, you're probably not going to go through the season without any turnovers, right?
Oh, no, you're going to have them.
But the thing is, and so every time you see one, you can't be like, here we go again. Now, if it starts to happen like it did last year, you could certainly, that would be a logical conclusion. But what we know so far is the attention to that detail, and everybody to a person that's watched practice has said the same thing. I mean, the level of ball security drills that they are working on and the importance of situations and all these things are stressed in a way that they didn't see before. And, if they clean those things up, I think that would be a win for football, for Razorback fans, because I think that it's not just losing. Obviously, a loss is a loss, but it's even worse when you feel like you're giving it away. You're beating yourself before you even make the other team compete with you.
Well, and that's what happened in September last year. Until the Notre Dame game. The Notre Dame game was the only game that you looked at and thought, well, that team's completely outclassed. The other games, the games you lost the week before, when you played Memphis, the Ole Miss game, those were winnable games and could have been won, should have been won. But they didn't, and those turnovers cost them those games, and then Notre Dame was just a whole lot better.
I'm interested to just see him get out there and play. I know everybody is, but I really like KJ Jackson's demeanor. What that
you
means
talked to
as
him
a quarterback.
yesterday.
Yeah, he was great on the show, and then we did a hog pod later, and I was just really struck by how comfortable in his own skin he is. And then going back and listen, but just who
Right.
he is.
I got you.
And going back to high school, he had 3 different coaches. And then he came here, and Dan Enos recruited him. And then he went through, 2 years of Petrino's offense. And it would have been really easy, I think, for him to leverage a deal to stay here or go somewhere else. And he never really wanted to. And he said, this is just where I've always felt like I was meant to be from the time that I committed here. And so when they hired a new coach, it wasn't really about who the new coach was. It was, I want to be here with the teammates that are still here that I have. And he's just, every year he's just put work in. Like the first year he said it was about hitting all these routes on air. And the next year it was about being ready to be the backup and win the backup job. And the next year it was be ready to be a starter when I get in the game. And it's like this progression. You don't see a ton of that right now in developments of quarterbacks. They're jumping around. They don't stick with a program for as long as he's been here. And I think that kind of solidified. He's kind of solidified who he is. I'm not saying he's going to go out and be perfect and all that, but I think this has been building for him to this moment.
From the moment KJ came in, that staff, Coach Pittman's staff, Coach Petrino, they believed in him. And I mean really vocally believed in him. Not just to him, but to everyone around him. I mean, they were raving about him from the get-go. And what I'm driving at is he got a lot of positive reinforcement when he came in here. They made it clear that, you're going to be the guy next year. If all those guys were back, Pittman, Petrino, all of them, it would still be K.J. Jackson. And I've got to believe there's some carryover there. That's one of the reasons he didn't want to leave here. It's one of the reasons I've got to believe he feels like this is where he belongs. This is part of development. It's not just what you see on the field. Sometimes what you see on the field is the culmination of all the development. And part of that is building a kid up, making him believe that he can be as good as you think he can be. And he got that from the previous staff. He did. And I've got to believe that when Ryan Silverfield was hired, that part of that positive reinforcement that he'd gotten here played a role in him deciding to stay.
877-377-6963. If you want to jump on the Gasano's Pizza hotline, you can text or call. Hey, what if waking up on a golf course had been a dream you didn't think you could have? What if it's just a beautiful sunset, the beautiful Ozarks, rivers, lakes, an area you'd love to live, and it's a place you could live? That's the Big Creek Golf and Country Club. New home sites available now for the first time in 20 years. Premium properties in an awesome community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Log on to BigCreekGolf.com. You can get more details there today. BigCreekGolf.com. Chuck and Bo Show. It's 7:15. It's Tuesday. Good morning.
Let's just be frank. There's been some football games the last few years that have driven people to drinking.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Blakeman's isn't just where Arkansas gets engaged. It's where you go to have a wonderful experience.
Every touch point matters, and I think what we show off best is Cafe B. It's Onyx Coffee by Blakeman's. Cafe B, we're offering the best coffee in the country, complimentary. I feel so fortunate to be able to go to work there every day. Big windows, the open lighting, the warm environment, and again, the cafe. It's the best.
Blakeman's, where every day is a diamond.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit BurtonPools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life. He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit BurtonPools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club and Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club and Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
The 1910 Club is taking tailgating to another level. It's on Oliver Street, just steps from Razorback Stadium. And every spot comes with Wi-Fi, power hookups, real bathrooms, and a club crew handling all the details so you don't have to. And if you're not ready for a full season, single game spots are available for nearly every home game. Pick your exact spot on the interactive map at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com. Get in the club and tailgate like you mean it.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirit retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple. I've learned so much just off the air today, listening to Bart and Edward and Riley. I'm really out of touch. I mean, I really am.
With what?
With everything.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you have a personal point you'd like to make, you can just call Edward off the air. He takes the phone calls at 877-377-6963.
I've got my camera on.
People just want to chat.
I've got my camera
There
on.
you are.
People
There's
calling,
Edward.
I'm just
Hello,
wanting to
people
chat.
of the world.
Attaboy. People call you and they just say, I don't want to go on the air, but I want to make a point.
Yeah,
And you
and
say,
so
well,
then I
no.
say, well, that's not what this is for, buddy.
Did you say it just like that?
Well, I
did
said
you
it.
call him
I,
buddy?
Champ?
I said it pretty
Hey,
similar.
champ, maybe just
Sport.
like
I
put you on
appreciate
hold.
them wanting to call in and tell a point, to the void. They don't know who I am. They don't care what I think about their point. They just want to tell
you
somebody.
might be surprised, Edward.
Oh, no, they don't. Well, there's one guy who does, but they just call in saying, hey, I don't want to come on the air, but, okay, well, that been texted in. We have a text line.
Don't call the radio.
Don't
show.
clog up. Don't
You know,
clog
no.
up the phone line.
Now, if
There's
your
other-
back wasn't hurting, do you think your reaction would have been like that?
Probably not. It'd
Yeah.
probably be a little bit.
Yeah,
Man, I
I got you.
don't have.
I got you.
I don't have the capacity for
The emotional
useless calls.
You don't have the emotional
It's
capital.
not the day to mess with Edward. For
I'm
that.
not a therapy line. I'm not. You call in and just chat.
You're not.
I'm
into
at
that.
work.
Yeah.
I'm trying to eat my breakfast in the break, man.
It's a talk show.
I'm
I'm at work.
I've been up for 4 hours.
I'm
I'm trying to
answering
eat my
the phone.
breakfast.
Speaking of phones, Bart's been getting some calls from China this morning.
Nope, here comes
And,
a call.
here you go.
Yeah. All right. He's just wanting to chat.
Is it
Edward.
painful to reach over?
Really?
to the-
Yes, it hurts really bad.
Did you see that slow
I did.
move
I know he did.
to the phone?
Edward's walking around it like he's 80. I mean, he really is. In fact, I've seen 80-year-olds
Your
move
back,
better.
Your back will do that to you.
Well, he's.
Yeah, it'll do that to you if you're.
Oh, my back's been sore. I mean,
But you don't play it up like he is.
I'm not as dramatic as he is. I mean,
through the years,
everybody's backs hurt.
Through the years, you've gotten used to it. It does,
This goes beyond. I mean, it's actually injured.
There's an injury.
It's not just.
You're not just playing with pain.
No, it's injured.
Like
It
if
hurts
you had
very
a
bad.
rec league game tonight, you'd be sitting out.
I couldn't even make it to the gym. I don't think it took me like 20 minutes to put my shoes on this morning.
Really?
Writhing in pain. Yes.
I would have just brought him along. I mean, Bart would have put him on for you.
I don't think he would have.
We would have helped you out.
I almost just came barefoot today. It
Just
hurts
sit
so
down.
bad to tie them.
Who we got on the line? Who's called?
Jay from Greenwood.
Okay,
he wanted to call and chat with me, but he
You
called
said
back.
no.
He called back and said, "Okay, I'll go on."
All right.
All
and
right,
he
Jay.
did apologize
Shamed
for
him
the
into
pain
doing
in
it.
my back. Which I
Jay,
said,
what's up?
it's not your fault, Jay.
Hey, good morning, guys. My back hurts too. I'm driving to Fayetteville from Greenwood, and man, I need a massage chair or something. But hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
First
Good
of all,
morning.
Yeah.
I know a couple players that were on the team the last couple of years, and to hear how people just quit or got told to go in, and they said, "No, I ain't going in." That was to me a big problem. And those people have left the team since. But back in our day, I'm in my 50s, so you told the coach no. Guess where you was? You're off the team, and there's no. I think I love the previous coach with Pittman, but
that did not happen in September. That did not happen in September. That happened as the season wore on, and that's just the product of an unraveling.
Right.
That's just the product of an unraveling. But what you're talking about, I'm not saying it didn't occur, but
it's hard to have an interim situation and have what you're talking about. Yeah, good. That's exactly.
No, that did happen. Yeah, well, you're right. I mean, some of that did.
Yeah,
happen.
Just people letting go of the rope. When Silverfield says, "Hey, we got a hold of the rope this year," and Brent called in and said, "We got the rope."
That's right.
He don't even work out, but he's tug of warring.
Brent's got it.
Brent's got it. But hey, guys. I just thought, I don't know if it's NIL or whatever's going on, but maybe Silverfield can get a hold of it and bring this team together. And if I can just call my pick, I say we're going bowling this year, but we're going to leave the bowling bag at home. Fred's not coming out or whatever his name was. Yeah, it's retired. And Larry, that's right.
Larry needed to retire.
I like Larry, man.
Yeah, he did. But hey, guys, good talking with you. And I was a little air shy, so I'm sorry about that.
It sounds like you've been doing it all your life, Jay.
You sound great. And we appreciate the call. Thank you, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
Have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck with your back. Got you a dry needle appointment this morning, Edward. You're going to be fine.
What time's that at?
Well, it's pretty much open. So, as soon as you can get out of here, we'll say 9:15. I mean, if you need to go earlier.
It's going to take me at least 20 minutes to get down the stairs. Bart, would you carry me?
I mean, this is pathetic, isn't it? I mean, I feel your pain.
I don't feign pain. But it's like it's
listen,
crippling.
Us guys are the worst. We are the worst, man. We are we get one little thing wrong and it's like, we are just milking it. I mean,
young guys are the worst. Guys in their 50s and 60s. You got guys like me. I've had one shoulder surgery. I need another. Guys my age are taking prostate medicine every day, and you're over there, I hurt my back working out. You're 28 years old. I mean, come on.
I can't walk, man. It hurts.
I mean, give me a break.
Rash.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going that far. But I'm saying every guy I know in their 50s and 60s, every morning they wake up and they roll over and is this going to hurt all day? I mean, come on. I got to take up for the old guys.
But Edward is hurt. He does have
I know
it.
he does. And I feel for him because I can tell he's in pain. He wants to cry.
I do want to cry.
We're having fun with you.
And it's okay to cry.
Okay. Hey, we got a guy holding onto the rope for a bowl season. For a bold prediction. I mean, why not?
I'm in.
Why not? Bart, what's the highest you're willing to go on the win total? Highest you're willing to go.
Oh, God. The upper ceiling, Bart.
I just want to be able to look at you in October and tell you were
positive as you can be. All the ball, every if bounces their way.
6.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We're going to Vegas, baby.
I just never thought you would get there.
Well, you said the highest.
Don't start backing up. Don't start backing up.
Bart says 6 wins for the Hogs.
There you heard it. You heard it here first. Bart Pullman predicts 6 wins for the Razorbacks. 6 wins for the Razorbacks. How about that? Get in here with yours. 877-377-6963. All right, when we come back, what's going on with these professional players? Should they be allowed to come back to college? We'll hear from Lane Kiffin.
I want to hear Bart's thoughts.
We're going to hear what the SEC had to say. They had a meeting. They had a closed-door meeting.
Video conference. Teams meeting.
This is how we feel. Let's get everybody together to figure out
I
how
wonder
we
if
feel.
everyone did the cameras on thing. You're in those big video conferences. There's always one or two guys. I'm usually one of them who does not do the camera on thing.
Yeah.
Keeps it off.
You try to avoid that unless you have to be on camera. That way you can move about the house.
That's exactly right.
You get stuff done.
Yeah, well, I mean, just
ironing,
or whatever you want to
anything.
do.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
Cheer for the Pigs. Close with the pros at ProLand Title. They bring us the breakfast fund every day, but they bring you closings. 45 offices in Arkansas, independently owned. They put you first. They don't have to answer to other people, and they can say yes to transactions others may not be able to because of their relationships with a whole lot of national underwriters. Pro Land Title. You need a closing. Pro Land can make it happen. ProLandTitle.com. Man, we got what we got coming up? We got we're going to Missouri today.
We are going to Missouri.
Missouri.
We're continuing our tour through Arkansas' schedule, previewing teams on the schedule. Brent Dearman coming on tomorrow, the North Alabama head coach. Chuck and Bo Show, good morning.
We got wackos, people. There are wackos everywhere.
I call them our base. I mean, you call them wackos if you want.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you a real estate agent looking for more than just a place to hang your license? Then it's time to discover the difference at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. At Weichert, you'll find industry-leading training, powerful marketing tools, hands-on support, and a team that's invested in your success. Whether you're a brand new agent or a seasoned professional, Weichert gives you the resources you need to grow your business and reach your goals. Ready to learn more? Text CAREER to 479-306-6139. Your next chapter starts here.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I think you will see this team this year play hard, play smart, give themselves a chance to win. I'm not naive, and I don't think there's going to be, they're not going to run the table, and there's probably going to be a game or two in there you lose, you think you ought to win, and hopefully there's some games in there that nobody thinks you're going to win now that you find a way to win. But my sense, from being around these guys, just the minimal amount of time that they've been here and the minimal amount of time I've been around them, we're going to know this team's been coached. I expect to see the turnovers reduced, and I expect to see the penalties go down. And I don't think the secondary is going to get beat quite as bad as maybe the secondary got beat last year. Some of that's contingent upon putting pressure on the quarterback. So I think those areas, even though none of them are like, maybe by themselves aren't enough to, change their fortunes, if all three of those things happen, I do think they're going to be better.
That's what you want in year one of a new regime.
You want to feel like that you have taken a step to change things and to fix things and to be competitive in a way that you weren't previously. To me, that's the whole reason you make a change.
Last year was just like so bad.
For so long.
And it went from bad to worse. I mean,
just like
and
the
by
season.
the end of it, nobody was a hold of the rope.
It was over by like 4 games, 5 games into the season.
Well, when they lost at Memphis, it was over. And in retrospect. But one thing I do not think you'll see this year, I don't think you'll see this team, as the old saying goes, let go of the rope, which did happen last year. And that I don't think will happen this season. I will be very surprised if that happens. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Part, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search The Chuck and Bo Show.
4:45 in the morning. You know what you're going to do? You're going to hit the snooze button for losers. A snooze button saying, I'm not ready for what today has in store for me. So guess what? We're going to sit there and say, yeah, that alarm goes off. I'm hitting the damn ground saying, hell yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We've been making our way around the schedule. Who's on Arkansas' schedule, the teams they're playing, what those teams look like, previewing them. Cody Goodwin's joining us from PowerMizzou.com on the Chuck and Bo Show, covering the Missouri Tigers. Cody, good morning. Thanks for making time for us here in Arkansas.
No, I appreciate you guys reaching out to talk a little bit of Mizzou and probably a little bit of Mizzou, Arkansas. Is it weird to you guys that this game is not the season finale? Because it's kind of weird to all of us up here.
For years it was LSU for Arkansas, and then that changed for years. And I'll tell you what's weird to us, to just be really honest with you, Cody, is continuing to lose to Missouri. Like, this rivalry is not a rivalry. And because Arkansas hasn't won enough games to make it a rivalry, but it's kind of like feeling a little bit more like a rivalry thanks to Arkansas's Eli Drinkwitz being the head coach there.
I was going to say that I think a large reason why maybe Mizzou has found an upper hand is that Drinkwitz takes it very, very personally when he plays the Razorbacks at the end of every season. That's a team he grew up rooting for, and that's a team that now that he's coaching in the same league as those guys, he takes a lot of pride in beating them every single year. So there's, these coaches are all driven by all sorts of little things, and that's something where whenever it's Mizzou Arkansas week, Drinkwitz just, does a little extra work, watches a little extra film, wants to be a little extra ready for those matchups.
Cody, tell us about this year's version of the Tigers. Start with the quarterback, and let's just go from there.
Very interesting team this year in Columbia. The quarterback is a new face, Austin Simmons. Kind of new, right?
Yeah.
Because he was kind of the face of Ole Miss last season. He was the starter in week 1, played a couple games, got hurt. Trinidad Chambliss took over. We all know what happened after that. So Austin Simmons left Oxford and then found a new home in Missouri. He showed up shortly after Ole Miss's playoff run last year. He went through spring ball. Drinkwitz billed it as a competition, but I think we all knew a little better, and he, closed that competition after 13 spring practices. So he's been the guy. He's been the guy all the way through fall camp. He's been the guy through the first couple of scrimmages that they've had during fall camp. So there's a lot of excitement, but I think there's also a lot of cautious optimism when it comes to Austin Simmons, right? Because, immensely talented, left-handed thrower. He's got a cannon. He can throw it all over the field to all levels of the field. But he just doesn't have a lot of playing time, right? Not a lot of reps. And so I think that's where maybe a little bit of the cautiousness comes from. And then, I guess on top of that, too, when you look at the little bit of playing time that he has, when he was at Ole Miss, there's some impressive moments, but there's also, he's completing, I think, just under 60% of his passes, 5 interceptions to only 6 touchdown passes. So I think there's still a little bit of, prove it to Austin Simmons' game that I think a handful of people probably need to see first before they really truly buy in. If he's a little bit inconsistent and up and down and turns the ball over, it could be a pretty rough, long year for Missouri. But if he's able to hit and he's able to, be a better version or become the best version of himself, I think there's a real good chance that this Missouri offense could be pretty good this year. Because you look at the rest of the roster, the offensive line, they returned 3 starters from last season, but they also beefed it up through the transfer portal. They have remade the receiver room a little bit, but they were able to keep Donovan Oluvide, who's talented freshman a year ago, excellent catch radius. They're going to pair him with Caden Lee, another Ole Miss transfer, as well as Caleb Goody, a speedy transfer from Cincinnati. They basically kept everybody in the tight end room, and then obviously at running back they've got Ahmad Hardy still on the recovery, on the mend from the gunshot wound this summer. But behind him, there's Jamal Roberts, who's as good as a running back as there is in the SEC, and then they also tapped into the transfer portal for a couple of exciting FCS players. So, if Austin Simmons hits, I hate to boil it all the way down to quarterback, but I'm sure you guys have been having this conversation just with what's been going on with KJ the last couple of weeks. If the quarterback hits, it could be a really fun, exciting year for Missouri. If not, it could be a frustrating one when you look at the schedule. So we'll see what happens.
With Drink, it seems like let me ask you about Missouri fans and Drink as the head coach, because you've had success, but then they throw up his record against top 25 teams, and it's not as good. Are Missouri fans kind of getting a little anxious with that? And at Arkansas, we're saying, a bowl game sounds great. But you get to a bowl game a couple years, then you win 8 games for a couple years, and it's like, well, we can't get to 10 wins or whatever it is. What's the feeling among Missouri fans with Eli Drinkwitz?
Yeah, I think everybody's pretty happy with what he's done, right? Because, before Drinkwitz showed up, they kind of, wiggled their way through a few Barry Odom years. And then before that, Gary Pinkel was sensational as the head coach here for a really long time. But near the end, he kind of fell off a little bit. And so, they kind of wandered through the wilderness, and then Drink showed up, and they maybe continued to wander through the wilderness through his first couple of seasons. I know his first year was COVID, so, okay, we'll count that as a week 0 or a year 0 for Drinkwitz. But, his first 3 years, they were, I think, 17 and 19. They got to 6 wins. They got to bowl games. Nothing super exciting. But then, they broke through in 23, right? They went 11-2. They won the Cotton Bowl. The year after that, they came back and won 10 games. And then last season, I think there was a lot of excitement. Really good defense, favorable schedule, and because of quarterback play, they kind of face planted a little bit and only went 8-4. And so that I think is there's some people that want more, right? We're talking about the SEC here, right? You want to compete for championships, you want to be in that playoff conversation, especially as it continues to grow and expand. And so I think for most Mizzou fans, if Mizzou can just continue to maintain, 6, 7, maybe 8 wins in a given year, which, again, it's going to be harder because of the 9-game SEC schedule. But if they can just continue to, maintain this specific position as kind of in that middle tier of the SEC, and then every few years you bring in, a portal class or a recruiting class that allows you to maybe go on a run and contend for 10 wins, a playoff spot, maybe be in the SEC championship conversation in November. I think if Drink can give them that every few years, I think most Mizzou fans will be happy. I don't think they're expecting the sun, the moon, and the stars, but just every few years, can you put the team in a roster together that can truly compete and get to November and play meaningful football? If Drinkwitz can continue to do that, I think most Mizzou fans will be pretty happy.
Cody, when I think of the really good Mizzou teams, all the way back to Pinkel, I think about really good defenses, particularly up front. Where are they? You mentioned they were good defensively last year. Where are they right now?
Yeah, so last year's defense, excellent pass rush, 3 NFL cornerbacks, an NFL, day 2 pick in the draft at linebacker and Josiah Trotter. They were top 10 in the country last year, I think, in total yards. They lost all 11 starters from that defense last year. So a little bit of uncertainty, some more cautious optimism. I think there's cautious because, you look at losing 11 starters, you look at losing all that experience, all that production, and it's like, man, where is it going to come from, right? There's a lot of questions, I think, up and down the defense. But if you want to take the optimistic route, you look at the defense and, okay, they hit the portal. They've been developing guys behind the scenes a little bit. There's a lot of talent on this defense, whether you're looking at Darius Smith as an edge rusher, whether you're looking at Nick Rodriguez at linebacker, Santana Banner at safety. They went to the portal to go get Chris Graves Jr. From Ole Miss. They went to the portal to go get a couple of guys to fill out the edge room. They're really excited about Robert Woodyard Jr., the Auburn linebacker, who's now probably going to start alongside Rodriguez in the middle of the defense. So there's a lot of talent there, and they lost a lot of starters, but the cupboard wasn't totally bare. But just these guys haven't played a lot. There's not a lot of experience, and there's not a lot of past production. So the optimist is saying, okay, look, there's a lot of talent here, and third-year defensive coordinator Corey Batoon. Each of the last 2 seasons, Missouri's had top 30 defenses, right? So this is a guy that knows what he's doing as long as he puts the puzzle together. But how does the puzzle come together? That's what we're not 100% sure about, and that's what's really going to make the first month of the season when you look at the schedule. They open with Pine Bluff. They have to go to Lawrence to play Kansas, and then they return home to play Troy. They really, I think, need to answer quite a few questions those first 3 games before SEC play begins at the end of the month against Mississippi State and Starkville. So there's a lot to like about this defense, but also a lot of unknowns and a lot of questions that need to get answered pretty quickly.
Cody Goodwin, PowerMizzou.com on the Gasano's Pizza Hotline. I want to ask you about support for the football program in the NI world that we live in. And to ask, I want to include the context of the rest of the athletic department. One of the things that we've talked a lot about at Arkansas is how they've been able to have success in a lot of other sports, but not football. And there's been a concerted effort here to try to get the financial support for football, both from a football budget and then an NIL budget standpoint, so they can get to a level they feel like they're in a better position to compete. What's it like at Missouri?
Missouri, they take care of the 2 big sports, right? Football and men's basketball, and then to lesser degrees, right? Whatever's left of the NIL pie, of the rev share pie, they help out women's basketball quite a bit. There's a lot of people that really like head coach Kelly Harper. Occasionally, the trickle down will hit softball or hit wrestling or hit volleyball, and so, but I mean, the 2 biggest chunks of the pie when it comes to where the money gets doled out goes to football and definitely goes to men's basketball as well. They just brought in a pretty good recruiting class, and there's a lot of people excited about what the team could be this year. But, I mean, when it comes to football, like, they've not been shy about signing checks, right? You look at what they've done with Drinkwitz. I mean, he signed, I think, 2 extensions over the last 3 years. The most recent one was on Thanksgiving, right before they came down to Fayetteville to play you guys, right? And so, not only did Drinkwitz get a pay raise, but he, increased his salary pool by, I want to say, at least, $4 million. And so, not only did he get a pay bump, and now he's making $10 million a year, but they wanted to make sure that he could have some money to go find some staffs, right? So he wanted to beef up his assistant pool. He wanted to make sure that he could bring in some lower tier assistants, right? He wanted to take care of his staff on top of that. But, and then, that's just the coaching side of things, the actual ball side of things. They also, Missouri is going to open a brand new north end zone project, $250 million to revamp part of Faurot Field at Memorial Stadium. And so that's been under construction for the last year. They're really excited about opening that up. It's going to be brand new. There's a bunch of box suites, and, there's a revenue generation component to redoing the north end zone at Faurot Field. For those that maybe haven't seen Faurot Field in a long time, the Rock M Hill is gone now. The Rock M is still there, but it's it's situated in between a lot of really cool luxury boxes and suites and stuff like that. And we're going to get a walkthrough, I think, before they kick off against Pine Bluff here in a few days. I think Monday of game week because they play on Thursday. But that's something that they're really excited about. It looks really cool. ADs like to use the term that, like, the football programs are the front porch of the university. But when it comes to this newly constructed Faurot Field, it truly is. Like, when you're driving up to the stadium, once you get off the highway, it's the first thing you see. It's a really cool design, really cool architecture was built into it, and there's some really cool stories behind what they're trying to do. And so I guess, to answer your question, like, Missouri is all in on the 2 revenue-generating sports when it's football and men's basketball, and then the crumbs from that pie tend to trickle down to some of the other sports, but otherwise, most of those other sports, the non-revenue-generating sports, that they're kind of left to fend and fundraise for themselves.
Cody Goodwin, PowerMizzou.com. Cody, thank you for the time. We enjoyed it.
Thank you,
Cody.
Appreciate
you guys having me on.
Absolutely. Good luck to you this year and all your coverage of Mizzou football. And I'm just going to say it's time to go beat those guys.
Boy, you think schedule doesn't matter. I mean, he's talking about UAPB, UAPB, Kansas, and Troy to open the season. Contrast that with North Alabama, Utah, and Georgia. Who's going to have the better record through 3 ball games? I mean, schedule matters.
Yeah. How about Drink making $10 million a year?
That's SEC money right there.
$10 million a year at Missouri. And I would say that he's earned it there. All guests join us on the Gasano's Pizza Hotline. When it comes to pizza, nobody does it quite like Gasano's. They've been doing it Chicago style since 2004. You can get thin crust traditional as well. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 7, $1 off drafts, wells, and house wines, plus the happiest hour from 5 to 6, $1.50 domestic drafts. Pizza of the month, the summer barbecue, Edward's favorite. Would that make your back feel better?
It would make me feel better, like mentally, emotionally.
We got to set up on an appointment, Chuck. We got it set up. After the show today, there's going to be a new Edward.
That's great.
But you're going to have to drive him. Can you drive him to the appointment?
Can I just lay flat in the back of your truck? You just kind of roll me out.
Just
bring a gurney out.
Yeah.
We'll roll them onto the tailgate like some golf clubs.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
7:48. Good morning. We're full service here. We're like the concierge of sports talk radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yingling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yingling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
There's no better place to watch a game than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, catch all the summer sports action while you cool off with mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus burgers, ice-cold draft beers, and cocktails made for hot days. Incredible food, outstanding service, and a game day atmosphere that never takes a season off. Visit one of the 5 locations across Arkansas today, including Rogers and Fayetteville. Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Thinking about buying or selling a business? Well, trust the experts at Arkansas Business Brokers, powered by Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Whether you're ready to sell a business you've built from the ground up, or you're looking for the perfect opportunity to become your own boss, Arkansas Business Brokers can guide you through every step of the process. Their experienced team helps make complex transactions simple. Text BUSINESS to 479-306-6139 for a free consultation, or visit arkansasbusinessbrokers.com.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSbank.com, member FDIC.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because we don't want.
Wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
This football season, it's time to tailgate like you mean it. The 1910 Club is Fayetteville's premier game day destination, just steps from Razorback Stadium, and it's got everything you need already waiting for you. Wi-Fi, power, and real bathrooms, plus a crew that runs the show so you can just show up and have a good time. Get a full season spot or pick the individual games you want. Log on at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yingling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yingling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly. responsibly.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
By the way, good morning. We just kind of jumped in, and we're
Hey,
coffee deep. And hey, everybody,
Morning, Bart.
welcome in.
Edward.
I smell the bacon cooking. It's going to be a good day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The SEC on Monday issued a statement emphasizing its belief that athletes who choose to leave college athletics and sign professional contracts should not then be permitted to return to college competition. I heard Lane Kiffin explain this in his news conference, I think it was yesterday, saying that the guys in the 22 class, according to judges, should have been told that they also could get a fifth year of eligibility because they were the outgoing guys. They weren't told that, and so they went through the process of going to the NFL. Well, now that it's possible for them to return, why wouldn't they come back? So he's basically saying this is a unique situation.
I don't understand the they weren't told part. I mean, there'd been no ruling, had there?
You had 5 years to play 5 years, but it didn't apply to the guys that were leaving. And the argument is whether they should have been given that. And
right. I understand that, but he's making it sound like, they just weren't told that they were going to be able to play, that somebody knew they just weren't going to be able to play.
No. It was that they should have been allowed.
They didn't roll the dice.
Yeah. They should have been allowed.
I got you.
And so is this, I guess the question becomes, is this an exception? This 1 year, 2022 guys, and do we look at that differently than we look at other NFL situations? So this is a one-time deal where guys that were in the class of 2022 would then go to the NFL and come back.
I don't know.
Either way, it is unprecedented to play in NFL games and come back to college. Having good vision enhances every part of your life, and that is why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. They have great doctors and staff that meets all your vision needs. I recently picked up a pair of new sunglasses, and the attention to detail and customer service was on another level. We all have preferences on the look of our shades, but checking out the different lenses helped me land the best pair I've ever had. And Doctors Betts and Mengarelli have helped numerous athletes get their best vision. Go see our friends at McDonald Eye Associates and see the best. The 1910 Club is taking tailgating to another level. It's on Oliver Street, just steps from Razorback Stadium. And every spot comes with Wi-Fi, power hookups, real bathrooms, and a club crew handling all the details so you don't have to. And if you're not ready for a full season, single game spots are available for nearly every home game. Pick your exact spot on the interactive map at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com. Get in the club and tailgate like you mean it.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Macadoodles, customer service is the #1 priority, and it starts at the top with founder Roger Gildehouse.
It starts with the guy running it. If you make customer service your #1 issue, my people, you couldn't find one that wouldn't tell you that what's the most important thing to Roger when we open these doors every day, and they would tell you customer service. We have to take care of the customer.
Macadoodles, prioritizing customers since 1997.
Oh, I don't want Lane Kiffin at LSU. I want weird stuff going on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
High school athletics at its best. If you aren't following Varsity Vibe, what are you waiting for? We're your go-to source for the latest information on what's happening around the state and showcasing the players and teams that bring the action to life. Sure, we've got your highlight scores and all-access interviews, but we're also keeping you up to date with our newsletter twice a week and our weekly podcast. Subscribe now at varsityvibearkansas.com. Follow us on Instagram, X, Facebook, and TikTok, and make sure you're in the know. Varsity Vibe Arkansas. We've got it covered.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question, the work that they're able to do with them in the sun. It used to be you couldn't stand on a hill a mile away and watch them practice if you're a coach. And now you get like 2 hours a week on-field work, which I think they broke up into like 14 OTAs over the summer. And you get 2 hours of film study with them, in addition to, the time that the strength staff gets to spend with them. So you do have a lot of carryover from spring, summer, and into fall camp. And so, yeah, it does feel like they hit the ground running. I have to be careful sometimes, guys, because when I say, I think they'll be good at this spot. I think they'll be good here. Sometimes when I say that, I just mean I think they'll be average. I love football, and I get excited like anybody else. I mean, I'm probably, depending on how things go, going to be somewhere around 4 wins. Give or take. Maybe I go up to 5 if I really like what I see. Maybe I drop it down to 3. But when I say stuff like, I always have to be careful with that because I get excited. But when I say something's going to be good, sometimes I just mean they're going to be average. And I think that they have a roster that is good enough. If they can do those things, penalties, turnovers, special teams, if they can do those things and they have a quarterback that is at least competent, that doesn't just kill them, that they could get to a bowl game. People look at the schedule and say, well, this is the most brutal thing ever, and there's no way that they're going to be. Teams do that kind of stuff. There's things that happen. You look at a team that is what they are right now, what they're projected. You don't know what's going to happen to Auburn. You seen the slate Auburn has before they play Arkansas. Who knows? Shane Beamer could be on the hottest of hot seats. He could be out of there by the time Arkansas plays them. And that's in Fayetteville. There are things that can unfold throughout the course of the season that you just don't expect.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Sorry to disappoint the media, but very rarely do I bring up the media and team meetings about motivation. It's hour 2 of practice. We're not thinking about what the media voted us, right? Hopefully we all practice pissed off, right? Hopefully we all want to be great.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking.
No.
You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
He's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded Distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hog fan, be a Hog fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
We've been hearing from Ryan Silverfield. He talked at the Little Rock Touchdown Club yesterday, talking about the SEC issuing a statement that athletes who choose to leave college and sign professional contracts should not return to college. They're, quote, united on that, Chuck.
United. After that video conference.
Yeah. The executive director of Ole Miss's NIL Collective said the FBI searched for the Rebels football office or searched the football office for recording devices after former coach Lane Kiffin left for LSU following the 2025 regular season. So the building was swept for bugs.
Anyone who's ever been around a college football program knows that is 100% true. I guarantee it's all true.
Before we go to the phones, here's Pete Golding explaining the situation.
I think any bowl game playoff system, obviously you're going to up security. I'm not sure that there was a hiring process of here we go with the FBI. I do think we probably have a current player whose dad just so happens to work for the FBI that lives in town that from that standpoint, there was no measure to go, oh my gosh, here come in from that standpoint. But no, obviously anytime you get in that playoff system and you had guys from this building go to other places, you want to make sure it's secure for your players. Nothing from our standpoint, but the video access and everything else and all those things that you're doing regardless where you're at. I mean, that's no different when, in the semis and the quarters, regardless where you're at for the hotels that you're staying in. You've got to up the security. People are in and out, and you're sweeping trash cans. I mean, that's been done for the history of ball. So, no, there was no hiring process of, hey, let's get the FBI in here. Holy cow. Let's start looking around. No, it wasn't anything like that.
They didn't hire anybody because they had a player who his dad was already there. They didn't have to go out and hire anybody. Yeah. Back in the old days, you just had GAs all around the field. Yeah. And if anybody came close and looked like they were even looking over at the field, you'd run them off. And now it's like, gosh, let's sweep this thing for bugs. Although it's probably not the first time that's happened.
No,
probably won't be the last.
No, there is a
I
level.
can tell you a few stories around here over the years. You'd be surprised.
There's a level of paranoia that comes with college football coaches, but
it's unbelievable.
Also there's some of it that's warranted.
Some of it is. Some of it's way overboard, though. Some of it's like that's not going to happen.
Just like, I mean, even back to Houston Nut days, I remember that people getting chased because they were. Somebody's way off in the distance at a higher vantage point, and you're wondering what they're doing.
Well, you'd look up that hill back when they had the practice field down there, and you'd look up that hill where those trees are, where that big parking lot is now, and who's that guy?
Yeah,
it's like I don't know,
absolutely.
Or like you'd try to walk in, and there'd be some new GA, and you have to explain to them that you got to go in and all that. It was just, but it is that type mentality.
Michigan sign stealing. You've got the thing that went on with the Patriots and supposedly filming a documentary, and they were setting up cameras in places. There's been a bunch of these things over the years.
They tell this story about when Petrino was at Louisville, and I don't know if it's 100% true, but it's a good story. There were train tracks right by their practice field, and so the trains would come and they'd stop and they'd switch. They'd switch tracks, and sometimes there was 15, 20 minutes you had to wait. Well, one time that happened, and Petrino sent one of the GAs over there to tell that conductor he was going to have to move his train. And the guy's like telling the GA, this is not a car. This is a train. I mean, there's a reason that I'm here. And coaches are pretty paranoid. They're pretty paranoid.
I don't know. Did he win? Did he win the argument?
The train did not move. I mean, the train didn't move, but the bad part was that GA was like, I'm going to have to go back and tell Coach Petrino this train can't be moved right now. So it gets a little crazy.
Bunch is in Nashville. Bunch, good morning. You're on the Gasano's Pizza Hotline. Chuck and Bo Show. What's going on?
Good morning, men. I'll tell you what, it's just unbelievable. I love this show. I love listening to y'all every morning, and I can't even believe we're to the point to where we're talking about letting a professional athlete come back and play college athletics. I'm an athletic director down in Southwest Arkansas, and my question I guess I got two questions. The first question, I can't believe this is happening and that the NCAA is even looking at this. It seems like judges now get involved, and I'm an old guy kind of like Chuck, and Chuck, don't take that the wrong way. But, you know, the things about it that we see that happened years ago and what's going on now, it's just hard to believe, and I'm a huge college football fan, that this is even being brought up. And the second question I have, and I'll get off here because I love listening to you guys, but the second question, you know, I look at Twitter and I looked at War Machine this morning, and we got Ryan Silverfield up there, and he talked to the Little Rock Touchdown Club yesterday. I'm a Houston-Dale Nut guy, and if you go back and you look at that, they were talking about the 42-6 win over Alabama back in the day, and in his pregame speeches, we all know how they are. You either like Houston-Dale Nut or you didn't. I'm a big fan of him. But do you think in college athletics, in college football today, do coaches talk to their players kind of like Houston Nutt did, and would make you run through a wall, would make the hair on the back of your neck raise, and make college football like it is, or is it all about NIL and the dollar? I'm going to hang up and listen to you. I love the show, and go Hogs.
Hey, thanks, Bunch. Appreciate that. Thanks for the call. I do think there are some, and I think Silverfield's one of them. Another thing I asked KJ Jackson about yesterday was just Silverfield and why it seems like he resonates with players. And he said, well, you start every film session or you start every team meeting with not our standard plays. So you're showing clips from practice of guys screwing up, and you get called out in front of the whole team. Then they show this is our standard, and you might be in that video too. So in other words, you might have screwed up, but later you did something right, and you might be in both videos. It's not like you're just getting picked on. And he said that directness and that consistency and him always being real has resonated with us. There's different coaches doing it different ways, but I think there are some guys that do exist, like Houston had with his players.
Words matter, and he was asking, are there coaches that still do it the way Houston Nutt did it? Well, if they've got the ability to give that kind of speech, yeah, they do. There aren't many of them that do, and it doesn't. You don't win or lose always based on a speech. I'm not suggesting that's the tipping point. I will say something about Silverfield, though, and he's like a lot of coaches. You get to a point in preseason where what he says, including what he said yesterday, we've all heard before. What matters is what he's saying in that room. Goes back to what we were talking about in that first hour when, in your conversation with KJ after, we had him on the show yesterday, he talked about, all that matters are the people inside those four walls. And Silverfield, I think, quoted Houston yesterday at the Touchdown Club. I guarantee you what he says inside those four walls is fresh. We may hear the same thing at the end of August that we heard the 1st of July from him. But I guarantee you what's going on inside those four walls, there's a different message. There's a new message. There's a way to keep the attention focused every day. That's the way you have to do it, and I'm sure he does.
One of the things they've done at practice is go live right out of the gate for a period. Houston Nutt talked about that, how it was pretty interesting, and he liked it. Because sometimes, you just get out of stretch and you sort of ease into practice and you're doing individual stuff. And one of the things he's done that's been different from some other coaches that we've seen is have a quick live period right away to get everybody firing. I think the other thing, too, it's not just what you say, it's does it connect? Are you able to get buy-in from the players? Are they believing you, or are they looking at you like you're full of it?
Well, that's a very good point, because let's be honest. I mean, we make fun of what was said now, but when Chad Morris was saying left lane, hammer down, and pop the clutch and all that stuff, we were eating it up. Let's not act like we weren't, because we weren't.
Shirts.
Yeah,
T-shirts.
We were,
hammer down.
So
pop the clutch and put the hammer down.
There you go. And you probably had some guys when he came in and said, feet on the floor, eyes up here.
All right, everybody sitting up. Everybody feet on the floor.
That stuff's right up.
People say, what happened? Well, that's what happened. I mean, that's what happened. So
we're a two-back, run-oriented, play-action shot football team.
And as a player, as I'm sure they looked up there, or looked up at their head coach and wondered, is this real? And not is he lying, but I mean, does he really, is this in his bones like he's claiming?
No.
Chad Morris, Chad didn't play college football, and I'm not saying that you have to play college football to be a good coach. There are exceptions to the rule, but I think that is one of the things that hurt him here was he didn't have the players' respect. And when he said things like that, it didn't resonate. To go back to your point, Silverfield's a football guy. He's been doing this. He played. He's been coaching since he was 18, been in the NFL. He says some of that stuff like, you're a loser, hell yeah, let's hit the floor. And all. It resonates because he's been there. And so even though it sounds about the same to a guy my age, to a kid, whether or not it resonates, there's a big difference.
Hey, I have about 2 Red Bulls in right now and a box of Fruit Loops.
Yeah, well.
Edward has some Chad Morris on the ready.
Guys,
I mean, he's got like the buttons. It's like on his call sheet.
He's got the greatest hits, man.
He's got like, we're going to run these 5 plays and we're going to run them all day, boys.
Right.
I've got a Chad Morris like sound machine.
Yes, you
I'm
do.
trying to get a patent for it.
I saw a picture of Chad at a recent Clemson practice yesterday when I saw the photo. I've made a change in my thinking. I think it's going to go
You're
even
up the win total?
No, I think it's going to go even worse than I thought.
See, I don't know. I don't think Chad Morris a full-blown idiot like we sometimes act like he is.
I think he's in the right spot for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly do. I think offensive coordinator at Clemson is the right spot for Chad Morris. I am not going to discount their ability to score points because it didn't work at Arkansas. I think that's his place, and it's not a bad place to be.
I've heard he's made adjustments to what they do. It's not all about
Chad.
hurrying
He literally said at the introductory press conference in Clemson the same thing he said at Arkansas.
About the style of offense.
Everybody does that, though. Everybody does that.
I know.
I mean,
and I'm not saying you're wrong, but you might be. And we're
3
going to
times
find
a quarter.
out.
Chart it. Let's figure it out. Why it happening, and get the ball to our playmakers.
And a piano might fall on me walking down the street today.
If
but
he
I
was
don't
the
think-
head
You have been hit by a car in a
Yeah, I was
crosswalk.
going to say, Bar, you've had an uncommon run of bad luck. So, let's
Walking down the street. Maybe leave that one out of it.
They wound up dead.
Edwards on fire for a man who's playing with pain.
Exactly. He's got a bad back, but he still pushed the buttons.
Press that button.
Hey, how about a tailgate spot this year? You can't lose that, regardless of the season. You can have a great time tailgating. And the thing about tailgating is it can be hard or it can be easy. And the 1910 Club's making it easy on you. It's on Oliver Street, just steps from Razorback Stadium on the west side. I mean, literally right behind that Foundation parking lot. Just you walk across the parking lot and you're in the stadium. Every spot comes with Wi-Fi, power hookups, real bathrooms, and a club crew handling the details so you don't have to. You can go online, the 1910 Club, 1910, the 1910 Club, and pick your exact spot on the interactive map right now. Single game or season long, the 1910club.com. Get in the club and tailgate like you mean it this year. Nobody gets you ready for football season quite like the Chuck and Bo Show.
That's right.
Nobody.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Good news, your next luxury getaway is only a short drive away. At Oaklawn Hot Springs, stay in a Forbes recommended resort hotel. Unwind at Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And make dinner a destination at 2 Forbes recommended restaurants, the Bugler and the Oak Room and Bar. Add a 24/7 smoke-free casino, live entertainment, and all the thrills that make Oaklawn Hot Springs a premier resort destination. Join the fun. Plan your stay at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Are you a real estate agent looking for more than just a place to hang your license? Then it's time to discover the difference at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. At Weichert, you'll find industry-leading training, powerful marketing tools, hands-on support, and a team that's invested in your success. Whether you're a brand new agent or a seasoned professional, Weichert gives you the resources you need to grow your business and reach your goals. Ready to learn more? Text CAREER to 479-306-6139. Your next chapter starts here.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yingling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yingling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life. When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple. What would you tell a new Razorback transfer about the past that could affect what they do this season?
That this program has been terrible for many, many years now.
That'll get them fired up.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, we got a Chad Morris text. Ryan in Prairie Grove says he ain't never popped a clutch in his life.
That's probably true.
You don't think Chad Morris has ever driven a stick shift?
No, probably not.
You don't believe that?
Probably not.
You ain't first, you're last.
I don't know. He rides horses. Who can say?
He's from Texas.
Yeah.
It's Ella Langley right there. 877-377-6963. I just saw something on Belichick on social media. It made me ask the question if Bill Belichick will last the season at North Carolina. It made me wonder. And if he doesn't, will Bobby Petrino be the interim head coach at North Carolina for a period of time?
I'm tempted to say no and no. No, he won't make it. No, Petrino won't be the offensive coordinator. I don't know. I mean, he might make it. We'll begin to find out Saturday. I know that.
Yeah, literally.
We'll begin to find out
Saturday.
I know this. If they get thumped over there, it's going to be a long flight home for those guys.
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
TCU.
Is TCU expected to be decent?
TCU's expected to be a lot better than North Carolina. That much I know.
Who are the best 4 teams in the Big 12 this year? TCU, Texas Tech, TCU. Who else?
Texas Tech, BYU.
That's
Utah, Houston, Arizona.
It's going to be a power
that group
power situation in the Big 12 this year.
It'll be competitive. I don't know about
just
power,
kidding.
but it'll be competitive.
I'm just kidding.
No,
Bart,
no-
are you still thinking Utah's going to get the best of Arkansas?
Yes.
That's too bad. Arthur's tried and tried and tried to educate you and just let you. He thinks it's a watered down Utah version.
Hey, what's the deal we were talking earlier with Utah suing Whittingham's brother?
Yeah, so we were talking about it off the air, and Bart, you can look up the story with all the numbers. But so what happened, as I
Primarily
understand
so
it-
we won't have to.
Well, I don't want to.
joking.
I don't want to get it all wrong.
I hear you.
But
Y'all won't read it anyway.
Well,
even if I sent it.
generally, okay. What would you like us to get to that we haven't gotten to in the notes yet, Bart?
Keep going.
Kyle
Keep
Whittingham, basically, so it started off, I think Whittingham, they wanted Whittingham to coach another year or two and make Morgan Scalley the coach in waiting. And Whittingham didn't really like the idea for whatever reason, and he said, well, I'll just retire, and then we're going to do it on good terms and whatever. So they basically gave him something like $15 million to retire, like a parting gift, a celebration of all that he had done at Utah. And they went as far as to, like, give all of his grandkids their future education at Utah. Well, 2 days before they executed this agreement, the Sharon Moore thing happened at Michigan. And then Kyle Whittingham signed this deal. Well, the deal didn't have anything in it about mitigation, like if he took another job or anything like that. So he signed this deal
because they thought he was done.
They thought he was done.
Yeah.
And I guess he probably did too. And then the Michigan job came open, and Michigan called, and he took the job. So he took his $15 million, and he took the Michigan job. And then he brought his brother, who was on staff, with him. Well, his brother apparently had another year or so on his contract. And so Utah's way of, like, rectifying this is to sue the brother for his the assistant coach's contract. So apparently this is ongoing. Is that about right, Bart?
Yeah, essentially. It was looks like it was a $13.5 million transition package paid out over 3 years. And then, yes, Utah has sued Freddie Whittingham for breach of contract. Utah seeking more than $300,000 for breach of contract and at least $1 million for general and special damages for a guy who made $525,000.
So they're looking to recoup 1.3 of the 13.5 that they gave Kyle to
Well, they're just trying to cause some problems. They're just trying to make him hire a lawyer, make him go through all that.
Yeah. So Kyle Whittingham, I mean, what a story, though, right? In the offseason.
Well, I mean,
and what's Michigan going to? I wonder how that's going to go. What's it going to be like?
I think he'll do well there.
Kyle,
I think
Kyle
he's a good
Whittingham's
coach.
a really good coach.
He is,
I
but it's
think.
still new, and you're walking into Michigan, and it's a whole new situation. And
Yeah, but I mean, they've got a good roster. They've got a really good roster. As much as I
He's
hate
brought
to
a
say
little
it because
stability
I
there.
hate Michigan.
They've not been stable.
Yeah.
That's true, especially after the way everything happened.
And they still went 9-4 last year.
Yeah.
With
Boy, wasn't
everything
that
going
bizarre?
on.
Wasn't that
like
bizarre
they've
with
got
Sharon Moore?
talent.
Holy
They've got
cow.
talent there.
I think they could
and-
be one of the surprise stories in
Yeah,
college
I do
football
too.
this year.
I do too.
Who are some other teams you're intrigued by in college football? Not counting New Mexico, of course.
You're asking me?
Yeah, like guys on the hot seat, teams that like we've talked about South Carolina, we've talked about Clemson.
I'm
we've
intrigued
talked
by
about North
Washington a little
Carolina.
bit. Washington, after everything they went through with their quarterback leaving and then getting,
then they made him stay.
Yeah, basically they enforced the contract. They've got a pretty good team, and interested to see how they do. The ACC, what's Miami do for an encore? I'm intrigued by SMU, little concerned about the Kevin Jennings injury situation and how that's going and if he's going to be ready to go. Who else in the ACC is going to be worth anything this year? I kind of lean toward Pitt. I think Pitt is a team that's probably going to have a chance to surprise people this year. A lot of people are high on Louisville. I'm not.
Matt Narduzzi.
I'm not high on Louisville at all. What's Virginia do for an encore? They finally had a really good season last year under Tony Elliott. I think people are sleeping on them.
Well,
I think
Chandler Morris is gone, so who knows?
Yeah.
Well, they brought in the transfer from Missouri, Mizzou's starting quarterback from last year. He's there now. What do they do for an encore? I think people are sleeping on them. I think they're going to have another good year. Maybe not 11 wins good like they did last year, but they're going to be in the mix.
It's
I
interesting.
would expect them.
Missouri lost their quarterback because he went, I guess, for more money to Virginia, whatever the reason was. And then they get Austin Simmons from Ole Miss, and that's the game
two
a lot
or
of
three
people
other
are
guys
playing.
from Ole Miss too.
One other thing, I don't think this is getting talked about enough, just in terms of like the general college football conversation.
Let's change that now.
Is Texas Tech really
I
going
was
to be
gonna
good
say that.
as
That was my
everybody
point.
thinks?
That was my point.
They do not have a quarterback.
I agree.
I thought the quarterback they had before they got Sorsby was decent, but he was recovering from a knee injury.
Will Hammond is presumably the guy, unless they try to find some other guy who hasn't been playing college football lately or something like that.
Some backup NFL quarterback.
Yeah, some backup NFL quarterback. Brandon Allen, the starting quarterback for the
I got
Texas
a question.
Tech Red Raiders.
How many first-year quarterbacks that transfer have had success? Mendoza, that was his first year at Indiana, right? Or was that his second year coming in from Cal?
No, that was his first year.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's an example of
right.
Yeah, they had that left-handed. Didn't they have that
They didn't have him the
left-handed
first year.
quarterback before?
They didn't have him the first year.
No.
Okay, but he's an example. But like this Sam Levitt guy at LSU, quarterback we just mentioned, that went from
Cam Ward
Missouri.
did pretty well at Miami.
Was that his first year there? Yeah. But in those cases, they had really good teams around them. So
Yeah.
That may be the case for Levitt at LSU.
Carson Beck did well at Miami.
But
last
Josh
year.
Well, they could
Hoover
run the
in
ball.
Indiana.
That was a big thing at Miami. They could. I mean, Cristobal built them from the inside out, and they could run the ball.
I guess
I
Carson Beck was an example of that.
I think Texas Tech's going to be plenty good defensively, and maybe that's enough to win the day. They're going to be worse offensively than they were last year, and they weren't very good offensively last year.
I think that's a story worth watching out there.
It would not.
What happens?
I like the smart money in my mind is on a team other than Texas Tech to win the Big 12. Whether that's BYU, I'm not necessarily a believer in BYU. I can't get behind a quarterback who wears number 47. That's just
is weird.
ridiculous.
That is strange.
It's still weird.
So that's why, like, it's Utah. Utah's right there. Arizona, I think, is going to have a pretty good year. I think the Big 12 is a little bit more open.
Yeah.
Well, I don't disagree with that, Chuck. I don't disagree with that at all. It's
You were
extremely
getting excited
soft.
about it there.
It's
for a second.
extremely soft.
I want to talk about
But-
Utah. Can we talk about
Sure.
Utah for a second?
Let's do it.
Ryan out of Alma, okay? I think I'm just reading, and Bart, you can correct any of this that you would like to. I think Utah is overrated going into the season. Lost their elite OC and O-line coach, new OC for Dampier, and have to replace 4 or 5 offensive linemen while not having one of the best O-line coaches in the country. I think our D-line takes over this game, and we run away with it in the fourth quarter. Chevy and Fayetteville Situation Room. Here's Bart Pullman.
I'll be honest. That's assuming a lot about Arkansas's defensive line.
Well,
I think
Arkansas's defensive line's a lot better than it was last year.
Well, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just you're
deeper.
you're making quite a big assumption that Arkansas's defensive line is going to be able to dominate anybody's offense.
What if they do? What if they're able to wear out those offensive?
If they
new
do,
offensive
then yeah,
linemen at
Arkansas is going to
Utah?
have a chance to win the game. Yeah,
There
I mean,
you go. See, Bart's coming around. We'll have him at 7 wins by the end of the
you
week,
just
Chuck.
asked me.
If you missed
No,
it
no, no,
earlier,
no, no,
it's
no,
going
no.
up. We had him at
No,
6.
no,
We got Bart all the way to 6.
No.
Edward, did we get Bart to 6 wins
No,
earlier in the
that's
show?
not-
Did we? Yes, we did.
I heard him say we're going to a Florida Bowl.
Florida Bowl.
Yeah.
Hey,
Pack your
started
shorts.
in Vegas,
Pack
ended in
your
Florida.
shorts.
Started in Vegas, ended
Come
in
on,
Florida.
man.
Warfield Distilleries in Idaho, but they are locally owned now. Idaho's most awarded distillery, whiskey from the Idaho Highlands, distilled at nearly 6,000 feet. They offer a lineup that includes American single malt whiskey, vodka, gin, and barrel-aged gin, which is unique and fantastic. So they're fantastic. Their spirits are made with 100% local Idaho-grown barley and quality ingredients sourced close to home. If you haven't tried it, go to drinkwarfield.com, type in your zip code, and you can see the locations. You can pick it up near you. Drinkwarfield.com. We're in the Warfield Distillery Studios. Riley's in here. She had an interesting morning.
What happened, Riley?
She was barely able to make it. Edward's got a back issue that has him just incapacitated. Riley, what happened to you?
Oh, well, it was an interesting morning. I was ready to walk out the door, and I go to open my bedroom door, and it just like would not budge.
It was jammed?
Yeah, and like to be fair, my door is one of the ones you kind of have to like put your shoulder into to close or open.
Where do you live, Riley?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But you know what? I close it and I lock it every night because it makes me feel safe.
Yeah,
you know?
that's good.
And so, yeah, I'm trying to leave this morning. I unlock the door and I pull it up. Will not open, like, at all. And I'm like putting
You're
a
giving
lot
it
of
everything you have
into it.
Shoulder and all.
Yeah,
huh?
and, you know, I'm a strong person.
Yes.
I could not get it open. And I was like, well, I'm going to have to text Edward and be like, hey, I'm not going to make it into the show. I'm trapped in my bedroom right now. I'm like, maybe I'll make it if the fire department comes and like can cut down my door.
I am
But,
trapped
like,
in my bedroom.
I thought I was going to have to. I was like, there's no option. Maybe I can crawl out the window. Maybe I'll have to call the fire department. But it was like I was running through all the options and I was like, you know what? I'll give it one more good tug and then
Give it a good old college
I'll call
try.
someone. And
So
then
it was on that last try?
I was like, this is it. Like not making it into work today, guys. Sorry. But yeah, I gave it one more tug and I put everything into that.
So if you had texted in and Edward had gotten that text, just so we're clear, what would you have expected us to do?
Call me and be like, put me on the show. I fully
You-
expected
you would have
guys-
expected ridicule? Is that
I
what
fully
you're saying?
expected to still be on air.
They're going to make fun of me.
She's
Oh,
locked in
that
the
was the
room.
worst part. Was she
Can't
knew she was
get
going to get
out.
made fun of.
So would you have expected us to like hop in, all of us get in like Chuck's Silverado and drive to your location and to beat the door
Come
down?
to the rescue.
My thought process was
four
more
of
like,
us were charging in
Yeah.
the door. Edward's bad back and all.
Hey, you guys know how
We're
to do
gonna
this
knock
door?
this door down.
No, my thought process was, they're gonna have me on air while the fire department is breaking my door down.
That would be a good
That
joke.
would have been awesome.
I figured.
I like the way you think, Riley.
Yeah.
You're really coming along.
You really are. In fact, next time, would you just kind of make that happen?
Yeah,
That
just
would
go
be
ahead and make that
helpful.
leap.
Yeah.
Make
Thank
the
you.
leap.
Yes, please do that next time. Chuck and Bo Show, good morning. We're just over here preaching the Razorback gospel today. We're going to pass the plate around right after we're done.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you or a loved one struggling with addiction? There is hope. John 3:16 Ministries is a free, faith-based 501c3 program that has helped more than 3,000 people transform their lives over the past 23 years. This long-term inpatient program includes lodging, counseling, medical care, and job training, all at no cost to you. In a period of 6 months to a year, you could graduate with a trade, a purpose, and a fresh start. A spiritual boot camp for men and a safe refuge for women. Log into john316thecure.com.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's a place that pulses with possibility when you step through the door, where 1 second could change everything. That place is Oaklawn Hot Springs, home to a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,400 slots, over 30 table games, an exclusive high-limits area and sportsbook. And when you join Oaklawn Rewards, every play can earn points, comps, free play, and exclusive promotions, with new chances to win big every month. Join the fun. Plan your trip at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
The 1910 Club is taking tailgating to another level. It's on Oliver Street, just steps from Razorback Stadium. And every spot comes with Wi-Fi, power hookups, real bathrooms, and a club crew handling all the details so you don't have to. And if you're not ready for a full season, single game spots are available for nearly every home game. Pick your exact spot on the interactive map at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com. Get in the club and tailgate like you mean it.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I think you will see this team this year play hard, play smart, give themselves a chance to win. I'm not naive, and I don't think there's going to be, they're not going to run the table, and there's probably going to be a game or two in there you lose, you think you ought to win, and hopefully there's some games in there that nobody thinks you're going to win now that you find a way to win. But my sense, from being around these guys, just the minimal amount of time that they've been here and the minimal amount of time I've been around them, we're going to know this team's been coached. I expect to see the turnovers reduced, and I expect to see the penalties go down. And I don't think the secondary is going to get beat quite as bad as maybe the secondary got beat last year. Some of that's contingent upon putting pressure on the quarterback. So I think those areas, even though none of them are like, maybe by themselves aren't enough to, change their fortunes, if all three of those things happen, I do think they're going to be better.
That's what you want in year one of a new regime. You want to feel like that you have taken a step to change things and to fix things and to be competitive in a way that you weren't previously. To me, that's the whole reason you make a change.
Last year was just like so bad.
For so long.
And it went from bad to worse. I mean,
just like
and by
season.
the end of it, nobody was a hold of the rope.
It was over by like 4 games, 5 games into the season.
Well, when they lost at Memphis, it was over. And in retrospect. But one thing I do not think you'll see this year, I don't think you'll see this team, as the old saying goes, let go of the rope, which did happen last year. And that I don't think will happen this season. I will be very surprised if that happens. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search The Chuck and Bo Show.
Your favorite word, respectfully.
Yeah.
You suck.
Anytime, and I include myself in this, if the word respectfully or with all my respect comes out, somebody's
with all my respect.
Somebody's about to get it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Before we go to the phone lines, don't forget Teamwork Roofing and Construction can help you get it done right now and get it done on time and on budget. And if you can't pay for it right now, they'll help you with that too, because you need a roof when you need a new roof. Sometimes you need a remodel when you need it. You pay for it later. 0%, 0 down, all kinds of payment options. But Teamwork Roofing and Construction is the one call you need to make. Just log out of their website, teamworkbuilt.com. You can check out their work there. Teamworkbuilt.com, built on quality, powered by teamwork. Who's on the phone, Chuck?
Arthur.
Bring him in.
Arthur.
Casano's Pizza Hotline. Arthur, what is going on? It's early in the week, and you're calling the show.
I'm kind of doing this call on the slide, but I just couldn't let the level of ignorance about this Utah program slide. If you know anything about this roster, when he left, he took his assistants he wanted. He took the players he wanted. BYU got the rest, and if they really wanted that bum quarterback that much, they would have figured something out, okay? It's a level of ignorance. It just is. They lost their top 3. They lost their receivers. There's a guy, their top recruit who was a receiver. He also went to Michigan. So it's like you guys are comparing this to the team that was there last year. None of those offensive linemen are there. They got a true freshman starting. They have some bum from Montana State on their defensive line. Their best defensive back left, and it's like I took a little bet on North Carolina and Stanford as a leap of faith for Petrino and Stada. I hope Bart is wrong. So I gotta get off right now.
Hey, real quick, Arthur.
You guys later.
Arthur, you got 1 second?
He's in trouble. He's in trouble at work.
Arthur?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you call back this week? I want you and Bart to do a bet on the Utah game, a non-monetary bet. Like somebody's got to do something.
Think up something
like
good.
Think fantasy football last place.
I'm telling you, when I call back on Friday, we can do that. And there was nobody I would like to see in the mud more than Bart. I mean, I like Bart, but frankly speaking, sometimes he doesn't know what he's talking about. Sorry, Bart. That's just how it is. I got to get off.
All right, man. See you.
See you, Arthur.
Bart, what say you?
Well, I think.
As long as you ask.
I think Arthur's emotions are getting the better of him when it comes to this.
He made some good points
when it comes to this matchup.
He makes good points about Utah. He does.
He does.
Yeah, maybe. I don't necessarily agree with it. I mean, look, like Devin Dampier is a really, really good quarterback, and it's foolish to say anything otherwise. There's ample evidence to support the idea that he's a really good quarterback, and their backup's really good too. Morgan Scalley, the head coach at Utah, has talked about this is the best wide receiver room they've had in the 20 years that he's been at Utah. They've got playmakers all over the offensive side of the ball. Is the offensive line new? We'll see how that goes. Yeah, certainly. That's a fair point. They're going to be really good defensively because Utah's always really good defensively. And they're going to be good, and it's going to be a very tough matchup for Arkansas in week 2. I expect Utah to win that game. That's just my
what about the coverage?
Professional
what about the coverage
opinion.
Of that game? Coverage. Do they cover?
Does Utah cover? I think the spread is 7.5 right now. I would expect Utah to win by somewhere in the 7 to 10 point range. I think it's a good number. I mean, look, like that's my opinion, and I may well be wrong. Arthur may be 100% right.
Yes.
Who are you pulling for, Arthur or Bart?
But
I'm pulling for Arthur because I want Arkansas to win the game.
Well, everybody wants Arkansas to win, but it's not like I'm not going to turn this into some sort of like emotional.
No, we'll
appeal.
do that for you. We'll do that for you. You don't have to do it. We'll do it for you.
I'm using the information.
We'll take care of that
I'm
part.
using the information and the data I have to make an informed opinion on the matchup that I have available right now. Now we'll see. Utah opens the season against Idaho next Thursday.
What if they lose that game?
I doubt that very seriously.
Are they in the Kibbie Dome or are they in Utah?
No, they're in
You
Utah.
love saying the Kibbie
No Kibbie Dome.
I do.
You
I've
love
said it
saying
like 2 or 3 times today.
I want to hear Chuck open a broadcast from the Kibbie Dome.
Welcome to the Kibbie
I want to go
Dome.
to Idaho and do a
Inside
game.
the Kibbie Dome. We're unveiling Paul Petrino's statue today.
Arthur just seems like he's making his picks on an emotional level to spite me.
It's the exact opposite of you. Whatever you say, he's going the other way.
He mentioned that he's taking North Carolina on Saturday. After I said I expect TCU to win the game. I expect TCU to cover.
I will say
that line's 7.5. I expect TCU to roll North Carolina on Saturday.
I will say this about Arthur.
They don't have a quarterback at Carolina.
Arthur has been on the other side of you on this Utah game since the day Phil Steele's magazine came out.
That's right. That's right.
He started it. He started calling about it.
That's right.
He has not wavered all summer.
And I applaud that.
So on that one, and so I think you guys need a last place type fantasy football bet.
No, I'm not interested in that.
Seth in Fort Smith says, Bart, you've convinced him. He's now picking Arkansas 24-17. He had Utah, but after hearing you, he decided to pick the Hogs.
You won't do something for fun, Bart.
No, I'm not interested in
fun.
What would you be willing to do? Would you would you maybe dress up and read Green Eggs and Ham to a elementary school class? Would you be willing to do that? Wait, I don't know if Arthur can is allowed in an elementary school. His would have to be different.
Yeah.
But
I'm not.
But how about we send him a shirt that says, Bart's awesome or something that he has to wear for a day in public.
Okay. Or we just fly
And
Arthur
you-
down here to sit in your chair for a day.
Actually, we'll get 2 T-shirts made. One of them would be Arthur's face on one shirt that says Arthur's awesome, and that'll be the one you have to wear. And then we'll have another one that says Bart's awesome with your face on it.
Bart
that
was
he
right.
Has to wear.
Bart was
and
right.
then we'll get it posted on social media. Or Bart was right.
Bart was right.
Arthur was right.
I was wrong.
Would you be willing to do that for a day?
We'll consider.
We're getting closer.
We'll consider it.
What will you do? What will you be willing to do if Arkansas wins 7 games? Would you push Chuck in a wheelbarrow around the square downtown Fayetteville? Maybe Bentonville, actually.
me over.
Would you do Bentonville? Would you? Chuck in a wheelbarrow, you push him around.
It might need to be Edward at this point just so he can get around.
Yeah, can you get Edward to ride out to his car, please? Oh, my gosh. We're brought to you in part Flight by Yingling. It is the next generation of light beer. It tastes like a Yingling, but it's only 95 calories. Brewed by D.G. Yingling and Son, America's oldest brewery, with nearly 200 years of brewing tradition behind it. Stop by Walk-On's. They've got it on tap. Walk-On's has 60 TVs or more in every location. Great food, great times, great place to watch a game at Walk-On's. 8:48. It's not 6. I can't read. 8:48. Good morning. Derek, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
How about them hogs, gentlemen?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Kansans with their stories and jewelry.
We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. This football season, it's time to tailgate like you mean it. The 1910 Club is Fayetteville's premier game day destination, just steps from Razorback Stadium, and it's got everything you need already waiting for you. Wi-Fi, power, and real bathrooms, plus a crew that runs the show so you can just show up and have a good time. Get a full season spot or pick the individual games you want. Log on at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com.
See, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Sports. The 1910 Club is taking tailgating to another level. It's on Oliver Street, just steps from Razorback Stadium. And every spot comes with Wi-Fi, power hookups, real bathrooms, and a club crew handling all the details so you don't have to. And if you're not ready for a full season, single game spots are available for nearly every home game. Pick your exact spot on the interactive map at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com. Get in the club and tailgate like you mean it.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the Pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today. Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
The swearing has really taken over the vocabulary, right? It's lazy, you know.
Well, when you don't know what else to say, you throw that out there.
You just
at least that's been my approach.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart Pullman's in the Chevy Fayetteville Situation Room.
Howdy, folks.
Hey, Bart, what do you
got? You want to talk about the what's going on at LSU?
Yeah, what's the deal down there?
Well, I mean,
has he got a roster yet? You talking about basketball or football?
Well, I mean, both. I mean, there's a lot of slimy stuff going on down there.
Well, I mean,
is it slimy?
Yeah, it is.
Are you talking about the Kiffin stuff?
Well, the Kiffin stuff, but then R.J. Lewis. Will Wade finding a judge that would grant a TRO to R.J. Lewis.
He played for that St. John's team.
Yeah.
That Arkansas beat 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
He's been out of college basketball. The man was
good player.
The man was part of a trade in the NBA. He was traded in the NBA. And
now he's going to play for LSU.
Not only did he have...
That's good. We have a trade.
We have a trade. We have a trade.
He's being shipped down.
He was being
shipped down to Baton Rouge.
4-season football tickets.
Signed a two-way contract with the Jazz. Was traded from Utah to Boston. Signed an Exhibit 10 contract with the Celtics.
Wow.
I mean,
there's nothing like what's going
guys,
on right now.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this.
In no other area of life,
but you knew Will Wade's roster would look like this.
It's not surprising that this is happening in Louisiana. This is not surprising that it's happening at LSU. It's not surprising that it's happening with Will Wade, right? I mean, everybody in the world who pays attention to college basketball knows the kind of slimy character that Will Wade is, and will do anything to flaunt the rules, to figure out a way around them.
That's hard to argue with.
R.J. Lewis should not be playing college basketball. There is no argument that can be made for him playing college basketball. Literally none. I would expect that the NCAA goes after this aggressively, if not the SEC. I think LSU is going to have a reckoning on its hands from its own conference. I think something's coming there.
So
I don't think the SEC is going to do anything.
Yeah, I don't either. LSU went and got Will Wade because they thought, who better to navigate these TRO waters and the murkiness of college basketball and athletics than Will Wade.
Will Wade, Kim Mulkey, Lane Kiffin. What a trio.
I can't wait to play them in basketball. I think it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
hey, I'll just say, I'm glad Will Wade's back in the SEC. I think he's very entertaining.
Character.
Fun to hate.
Character. Hey, today, Bart, is National Kiss and Makeup Day. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Maybe find a relationship you can mend. National Whiskey Sour Day if that doesn't work.
There we go.
Have a day. Having good vision enhances every part of your life, and that is why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. They have great doctors and staff that meets all your vision needs. I recently picked up a pair of new sunglasses, and the attention to detail and customer service was on another level. We all have preferences on the look of our shades, but checking out the different lenses helped me land the best pair I've ever had. And Drs. Betts and Mengarelli have helped numerous athletes get their best vision. Go see our friends at McDonald Eye Associates and see the best.
Summer may be the off-season for the Razorbacks, but it's the perfect season for the restaurant at Stonebreaker. Located in Fayetteville on Markham Hill, the restaurant at Stonebreaker features seasonal menus built around fresh Arkansas ingredients. Plus, enjoy inviting spaces to gather with friends and family. Whether you're stopping in for drinks at the bar, dinner on the screened porch, or relaxed evening in the parlor, you're sure to find something worth coming back for. This summer, pull up a chair on the hill. Visit StonebreakerHotel.com for more information. That's StonebreakerHotel.com.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success.